left off. You uh, finished killing a big ol' undead whale, with which Riley slurped it up, uh, gaining a new ability to sort of deter death temporarily. Uh, you spent the next uh, couple hours or so just making sure that nothing lingered too long in the ocean, clearing out some remnants of salt souls, and uh, just overall hanging out with the rest of the sea spears for a day or so as they just begin their morning salvage jobs, as they do every day. Uh, when you believe that everything seemed pretty kosher, you decide to go into your next order of business. Um, Popping in briefly to uh, random rubbish and good gubbins with talks and circles to acquire a couple pieces of winter clothing for Answin. Um, as you all get teleported to Thane as you begin to try to make your way following the divider's range and try to find this hidden hideaway for criminals like that. Uh, Eventually you do, with following just dead drops and thieves can't, with Zero's expertise in such matters. You eventually find yourself in a fairly narrow uh, ice tunnel, just carved directly into the uh, permafrost and rock of the mountain that the city seems to be based in. Uh, Slots sort of horizontally cut into the sides with this empty space on the other side. Most of you not really knowing or seeing anything on the other side. Zero, with your eye of truth, you can see a couple of individuals, armed, invisible, just slowly stalking the entire length of the tunnel, where you hit a solid door. Uh, After a incident with Knock, uh, a couple scatter shots are pointed at your face as Zero, you recited the passcode to enter the city, which seemed to work as the guard uh, steps aside and lets you in, and you are greeted by a fairly spacious uh, mountain. Not quite Tetscat. The ceiling's much lower, but throughout you can see these sort of metal stakes with a glowing crystal on one end of it, just giving off this ephemeral blue light throughout the whole city, more or less. One central long, thick pillar made of rock and ice that sort of keeps most of the structure interior intact as you begin to walk past dilapidated wooden buildings, almost none of them well kept, some of them hosting stains, some of them hosting bodies. Uh, I'm going to walk into the Wild West here. And that is where we left off. Zodiacs, you are surrounded by filth, grime, and cold, with a couple of odd stares from just various vagrants and vagabonds that just sort of silently shuffle the streets, just keeping an eye on the strangers, new faces in town.
Is it similar to the place under the sewers?
Uh, a little bit, but it's not. It doesn't have like the. You're referring to the undermarket in about this, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, but it's not. Doesn't have that same sort of like marketplace jovial vibe where it's like you can hear people, uh, just conversing or anything. It is more or less kind of dead quiet right now, and you can hear movement, you can hear some conversation, but it's just sort of like it's sort of like the interior of an inn at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Like no one's there except like this few odd strays. Except that sort of energy for the rest of the city, from what you can gather at least. Uh, are you just following there is a sort of less of a road, more like a pathway that's not as cluttered You just following that as far as you can go, or anything else? Other any actions you'd like to perform?
Nada, just following Zero.
Take us to the Rexons.
Real quick, before we get any deeper in, do we want to go get Answin to bring her down here or no? So I think the only reason we wanted her with us at all was just in case there was a silent breath while she was alone. I think we wanted to avoid that. But if you guys, or I guess I should say if Josie doesn't want her down here, I understand.
I think as long as she's in.
Can I use my the group chat thing to be like, Answin, like, just, I guess, fill it in of like, this is the danger of staying up there, and this is the danger of coming down.
Yeah, you get the the icon of Antoine, little like very elaborate heart icon, as in your little what this thing's called again. There's a name for this.
Oh.
Relaying rocks. Yes,
yeah.
they are. Relaying rocks. Yeah, as you sort of put the rock up to your ear, after having explained the options laid before her, you sort of hear in just her general sultry voice, which option has less chance of death?
I think coming down here, right? I know it's also dangerous down here, but I feel like the silent breath is so, like, it's a gamble, you know? At least if she's down here with us, we can keep an eye on her.
I think it's a good call. Yeah.
Okay, that's my recommendation. But she has the autonomy to do whatever she wants.
At the very least, if she comes down here with us, we can protect her, or at least try to. If she's, out there with Polaris, we're much too deep into Thene for Polaris to get any distance away before a silent breath becomes a non-factor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that god is still running around Thane too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about me?
What?
No, we want Ansvin to be more safe.
Simon, will they let me out of the door we just came in?
You don't know. You've never been here before.
If
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back in the direction of the door and just see if I'm able to exit through it. Just kind of giving whoever's guarding it just a look. May I go through?
Yeah, you go back to the orc, just covered in scars, the tusks sort of jutting out, just entirely either broken off or injured to the point you sort of cast them with metal. Seemed good. You walk like 200 feet, walked 100 feet back as you asking me he can let you out. He sort of goes to one side. He shuffles through a wooden box. You can hear glass clattering as he pulls out a very it's a very strange looking vial. It's a vial, kind of like a test tube looking one, but it has a very wide brim to it. So it's wider at the top than is like the rest of the tube. And he just holds up to your face. Spit in this.
Can I ask why?
Just keeping tabs. Everyone does it.
Okay, I delicately spit in the tube.
Okay. You spin the tube. He puts a cork stopper on it and he just opens the door.
Okay. And as I walk back, I guess, down the hall that we came in, I'm going to cast Sending to Polaris and just tell him. I'm assuming he was like following us in the sky above, right?
Yeah, he's above. He's like 1,000 feet above. He's above.
I'm gonna tell him to if he can quietly land down here near. There's like an alcove or something, right? That this is hidden in.
Yeah, the mountain range sort of narrows, kind of like a bay, but made of rock instead. Yeah, there is like a small little like U-shaped section where the entrance to that light pad is.
I will tell him to try and discreetly come down near that area, and then I will keep an eye out for him, I guess. Because Eye of Truth should still be going, right?
Yeah, you popped it when you entered the tunnel, right? Originally.
Yeah, I think as soon as we got to like the U divot, I turned it on. So
Yeah. So yeah, you still have like solid 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go to the entrance, send a message to players to land, and yeah, after about a few minutes or so, you don't hear Polaris land at all. You don't even really see him. But eventually, just out of nowhere, you just see like a figure that doesn't really blend in with the rest of the surroundings. Just sort of walking around in the snow.
I'm assuming this is Answin, right? If I step out and I look closer, like it's
Yeah, it's Anduin.
okay. Can I retcon and say that I told Polaris to return to the sky once he dropped her off?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. But okay, I guess yeah, if I see Answin, I will step out of the invisible area that she can't see through, and I will kind of flag her down, and then I will escort her through the hallway again.
Yeah, you can see she's just exceedingly bundled up. She brought like an extra blanket with her as well, and she's double layered. Just with the captain's jacket and the hood over her head, just keeping low, just just sort of huddled up inside of herself.
Oh wait, do we still have those mammoth furs that they gave us? That oh, I don't remember his name. The Yeti gave us, not Kolo, but the dude that we met on the road. He gave us mammoth furs, I thought.
I think so. Probably someone has them.
Don't
we
think
each
it's
have one, right?
me.
I'm
Is it
looking.
in my inventory? I don't have that in my inventory.
I think he gave all of us one.
Didn't I sell those a session or two ago?
Did you?
Did you actually?
Wait, what?
That might have been something else. I got so much shit. No, that was like something of 40. Like 40 something.
Oh, Brendan, I was just saying, last time we were in, not last time, but when we were in Thane and we
Yeah.
ran into the other Yeti, not Kolo, but the one that was just out here when we ran into like those fucking demons, he gave each of us, I thought, mammoth furs to keep us warm.
I still have a mammoth fur in my inventory.
I guess I just
Let's
never put
see.
one in mine.
Okay, well, I guess since I don't need it, I'm just gonna pass it to Answin, who seems to be struggling, and I'll just give her mine, and we'll head back inside.
Yeah, Anslin, as you just peek your head out, and she just sees this sort of red tiefling face jutting out of the rock. She just keeps her head down, moves forward as you hand her just a mammoth fur. It's far too big for like a just be worn, but it's mammoth fur. It's it's not like processed into like a cloak or anything, but it is just a solid raw piece of it's kept, but it's not clothes. But it will work for the purposes of just keeping someone warm.
Okay.
A bit cumbersome, but it'll work. She sort of just bundles up in that. She looks like a fucking like Sesame Street character at this point, just covered up and just furry all the time. Yeah. As you're sort of walking down the tunnel, just the sort of weird eerie silence that this tunnel has in comparison with the just whipping wind outside, just even peeking your head out and in, like there's just this wall of just silence for a little bit. But then your footsteps echo much, much further than they should. You can't hear the wind, but you can hear your heartbeats, you hear your breathing. And that's about it in this tunnel. As you're walking, Anslin, about partway through, she just goes, well, walking into a crime city was I'll admit not on my bucket list, but should be interesting.
It should. I'm just gonna whisper to her. We haven't vibe checked everyone here yet, so just be careful if you speak to anybody.
I'll keep my hands to myself, as long as everyone keeps their hands to them.
Understandable. Is the treatment the same as we go back through since I already came through here? Like, are they still watching me with crossbows and shit?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
When you get to the door, it's still closed. Do you knock?
Yes.
Okay, you knock, and it's the same orc that opens up the little shutter, that has an eye slot in it, and you just squints and it just opens the door without really any of the passcode stuff because you were gone for like 5 minutes.
Okay. Yes, I will usher Answin to the door, and we will, I guess, continue into the city. Would you call this a city? Is it large enough to be called a city?
Hard to tell. It seems fairly big, but it's not like densely populated or anything. Just judging from like the actual like space in between buildings and everything, like it's fairly sizable. Okay. While that's happening, what are the rest of you 3 doing as Zero walks out by themselves for a bit? Anything in particular, or just vibe checking?
Vibe checking.
Yeah.
Make perception, insight, or investigation rolls of your choice.
Ooh.
For all of us?
Yep, if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can do something else.
I'm just
Just
gonna
why
rely
say-
on my passive perception, honestly, because that number is big.
It is. What's your passive perception, actually?
26.
Okay, so that's like the lowest you can roll for perception. Awesome.
What were the rolls again?
Perception, investigation, or insight. Okay. Okay. Jenna and Riley. Yeah, as you sort of just stood here, notice 2 things. One, there's not a huge density of people here, at least not around where you are. There are people. The people that are walking down the streets, weaving between alleys. Some are just stood on just dilapidated porches. They're just covered in snow and just frost, just on a really shitty rocking chair, just looking at you without really averting their gaze or anything. They're just unabashedly looking at you. And you see a smattering of people that look less vagabondish. They are covered in furs, but they have metal plates on them, and they're just sort of leaning on the outsides of buildings. You can make out fairly well-kept weaponry just underneath their furs. Some of them have them in hand, short swords, daggers, maces, and everything. They're just about 8 or 9 of them just posted around you, just trying to look, or maybe not look, unassuming. They're there. The second thing you notice is that the area they're in, despite it being underground, there is a strange, ever-present smoke. More like charcoal and coal, less like a wildfire, but it's like this, like an industry type of smoke, and it's just sort of filling the space where you are, just gently. You didn't notice it quite when you walked in, but as you're sitting here, there's like this haze that sort of comes and goes. Yeah, those are the 2 things you notice. Chris, just keeping an ear out and eye out just for what's the general vibe of people around you. Some people are very sheepish. They are looking down. They are trying to not make eye contact with anything, and they're just walking as fast as they can down the street. Some walk around with their chest puffed out, heads held up high, and some have a sort of like a cautious distance. A couple people were just making notes. You can just tell from the way they look, the way they sort of take in the surroundings, that they're just constantly trying to remember everything around them, and a couple of them make notes of you. Some literally, like in notepads. But you are certainly you pick up on the vibe that you're certainly a very strange sight. Just sort of stood at the near the entrance of the city.
Yeah, I definitely think we're kind of out of place here.
Oh, that's nothing new, is it?
And as you're just waiting for Zero, eventually Zero does return with a sort of brown, shaggy cookie monster in tow. Yeah,
Zero, I
as-
think you picked up the wrong. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, Anson sort of worms her way out of the top of the mammoth fur, and as a head peeks out.
Tiny little head.
Yeah. She sort of just takes in the surroundings, looks around, and just gets a big whiff of the air, and just she just goes, "Oh, what's that smell?"
Trying to figure that one out myself, actually.
Sometimes it's best to not know things. But welcome.
Yeah.
What's the
Thank
harm
you
in
for
on
having
this?
me. So, what's the plan?
Looks at Zero.
Great question.
One hasn't. And I'm gonna like keep my voice down as I speak to everyone, I guess, in the group. I'll just be like, not an exact plan has been made, but let's take a look around, I guess. We're looking for a friend of mine, but we might have other business to tend to here. I don't know. Let's just get a feel of what's around here, and maybe we'll run into her. And
If
I
we
would, go ahead.
Oh, if we meet the Rexes, can you get some of their hair?
If you behave, I'll consider. And like point my finger at Chris and just look him in the eye. If you're on your best behavior, I'll get you some Rexen hair.
Spell was a mistake.
Sounds good.
Worst decision I've ever made.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know what he wants. He wants hair.
I made a spell a long time ago that Chris now has access to.
Say no more.
I'm scared.
Actually used it once.
We should all be scared.
Was it when was there a bucket involved?
A what?
Was there a bucket involved?
Not in that particular instance.
Okay.
He does shit in buckets, though. It's his preferred method of waste disposal. Okay, so you just continue along?
Yeah. I just kind of want to slowly travel and just cautiously take in our surroundings while I look for Salith.
Okay. Cool. So you just continue along a little bit.
I will,
Yeah.
I guess, well, before we head in, I'll just let everyone know. Just let me know if you see a purple tiefling.
Is she the only purple tiefling here?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know if tieflings come up this high.
Well, let's just hope then.
Yeah, as you're just continuing along the road, passing some of the dead bodies hung up in front of buildings, Anson sort of just looking at them as you pass, and she just continues to she sort of bundles up a little bit more and just keeps her head down, just a bit wary now. Now that the crime city is now real.
Yeah, not quite Golmud, is it?
I think I'll say this is officially the worst place I've been.
Well, for 3 places, pretty small sample size.
Think of it this way: can't get worse than this.
Yeah, I think it's probably the worst we've been to.
What, the undermarket wasn't worse? At least it smells better here.
Inside of the Froghemoth was personally the worst.
Yeah, I was unconscious for most of that, so...
The adventurer banter sort of seems to lighten Antoine's mood a bit. Just you can see a wry smile at the corner of her lips, just hearing the banter and just like an increased confidence in her surroundings.
Yeah.
But just continuing on with those perception checks from before, and the passive ones because fucking 26.
Yeet.
Jenna and Riley used those 8 or 9 people that were just sort of stood around. As you walk past, not all of them followed, but some did. And there's probably about 4 or 5 of them just tailing you subtly and not so subtly.
I'll turn to 0. Should I address them?
I will take a look at who he's referring to because I probably didn't see this.
Just yeah, you can subtly point out some people, and there's 4 or 5 people that shaggy looking, but not like homeless looking, that are just covered in like armored furs, and you can sort of see the glint of metal weaponry just under the furs that they have on hand. Like some have just their hand fully dipped into their cloak, and they just have the hand grasped around like the hilt of a dagger, and they're just slowly following you. They just anytime you stop, they stop. Some pretend that they're just they're just chilling out. Some just don't care and they're looking at you.
I would just keep an eye out. I don't think any amount of reasoning would make them stop. Just keep, I don't know, keep an eye on your coin pouch, I guess.
I'm gonna read their mind. Or at least one of them.
Okay. Yeah, you just find what's the range on it actually? So if it's
30 feet, I think.
okay. Make a stealth check. Because a couple of them are, most of them are beyond 30 feet. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not the best attempt at blending in you've ever done, but it seems to get the job done. You don't march directly up to them, but you sort of just wander lazily in that direction, just just scraping the sides of barrels, checking the dust, and then you sort of just mind blast, and then you enter the brains of one. The surface thoughts of the closest one that you actually enter the brain of, who seems to not have noticed you yet, is just await orders. Fucking hell.
What was that?
Await orders. Fucking hell.
Oh, wait, orders, huh? Alright, I'm gonna inconspicuously rummage around a bit more and see if I can shift my target.
Okay. Make another self check. Okay. Yeah, you rummage a bit more and just you whistle, put your hands behind your back, start like casually walking up to them. They seem to not be threatened yet. As you shift your target to another one. Yeah, the surface thoughts are just. Well, boss said to keep an eye out for strange folk. Them's a strange folk.
Upon hearing this, Riley will Look satisfied, turn back and rejoin the group.
Yeah. As you casually whistle the entertainer, the ice cream truck song, just back to your group. Leaks appear out of nowhere.
Oh, I knew it would work. The summoning ritual. Maybe I am too powerful.
Right? What now?
Waiting for Zero.
I mean, I guess we're just gonna continue to walk.
Okay. Yeah, continuing to walk, the din of silence that sort of pervaded the entire walk here. It's already been like 10 minutes already just walking down the street. In this like oppressively bleak city street. Like every single building you see is more or less in the same state of repair. Some are a little bit nicer than others, but like none of them are anywhere close to some just like normal buildings you see in other cities. Yeah, it's just this ever pervasive, almost like poverty lifestyle that everyone has here. Yeah, people seem to be getting by at the very least. Occasionally, you'll see the like odd person that looks fairly well off, actually. Just nice clothing. Just some of them are very colorful, and just sort of dragging behind them is just a small caravan almost of just yaks, just hauling fairly large wagons just up and down the streets. Not too frequently, but carts loaded with goods and they're just leaving.
Does this place look more depressing than Fintu?
Oh yeah. This Fentu is like poor, but at least everyone is like sort of like fairly close knit. This looks like a Fallout town. Like everyone is just very it's an energy of just being on edge permanently. Like you literally don't know when anyone is gonna just turn around and stab you. Yeah, but continuing on, as the silence sort of begins to fade, you begin to hear chatter from up ahead, like actual full conversation. You don't make out any words in particular, but it begins to resemble the energy of like a bustling marketplace in a little bit. As you make your way into where the actual pillar that you saw in the distance was, in the center of it is the pillar, and around it is a fairly spacious plaza type area. You see a good number of those well-to-do people with those yaks and wagons just sort of milling about. Some are currently loading various products, whatever those are, into the backs of the wagons. Some are just having conversations, and there is a number of tables just strewn about with nothing really in particular on them, just tables and chairs surrounding them. And filling those seats, just standing, sitting, are just a good number of people just conversing.
Do we know? Because I just remember if we came into contact with something like this in the Undercity. Do we know? Do the Rexons have like a family crest or something that we should look out for? I don't know why I'm remembering like they do. I guess we don't know, but
You don't see any signs of a crest anywhere. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard of I don't know if you heard of them using a crest, but around you currently you don't see any notable like symbolage or anything. Right, make a perception or investigation check.
hold on. Sorry, roll 20 is being fucky. You said perception or investigation?
Yep, your choice. Yeah, it's as you're sort of investigating, you sort of just run your hands just under the table, uh, just looking around, just feeling out what's going on, and just on an empty table, no one there. You just sort of run your hand along it. You feel a lot of grooves underneath. The top of the table is plain. It's just made of just normal planks. Underneath, you can feel dozens and dozens and dozens of just grooves of various patterns. And just sort of running your fingers along it, you can make out semblances of thieves' cant, like a lot of thieves' cant. As you're sort of just running around it, you sort of look under, like almost the entire uh, bottom of the table is just filled with scrawlings of thieves' cant. You can see some bits of like an adhesive gum that was stuck to the bottom that people use for dead drops, like they use for leaving messages and everything. Just reading some of thieves' cant, the thieves' cant itself doesn't even make sense. And with that investigation check, you surmise that even the thieves' cant, which is code, considering how many people read thieves' cant here, the thieves' cant here is encoded itself.
Oh,
They're
wow.
using thieves' cant to drop codes. They're using a coded language to drop codes. It is like several layers of espionage just sort of left in the middle of like a town square, pretty much. And just looking around after this revelation, you can see pillars with sort of the same thing. Just thieves can't encode, and then just you don't even know what it says really. You just read the symbols, and you surmise this place is filled with thieves can't, just everywhere, and just various methods of uh, just dispersing information.
I will very quietly relay this information to the rest of the group as we're traveling, I guess.
I wonder if I still have comprehend languages. Oh, it was tongues that I have. Oh, it's a spoken language, that's right.
These cant is spoken.
Yeah,
It
in a way,
is?
it's I guess it's technically a language in a way. I mean, it's coded language. That's the thing. If you hear it spoken, you might pick it up, but who knows? Yeah, but you currently find
It's
yourself sort of sat in there's a plaza filled with people just talking, covered in thieves' cant. In the distance, sort of, you just see another fairly like the only paved road you see in the whole city, sort of leading slightly uphill to what you can see past like a actually iron gates and walls, like a wooden manor, sort of just sat there. It's very brightly illuminated, and it's just the only nice building in the whole town.
Gee, I wonder who that belongs to.
Do I recognize anything around us from when I scried on Salith a couple times? Because I know, I mean, there was just at least I think one time where she traveled through the town or through the city.
Yeah, so this is you do recognize this place somewhat. Scylla did pass through this area to go up to that manor when you scryed on her last. She just like exited the building somewhere, walked through kind of dilapidated streets, witnessed a few stabbings, and then walked through this plaza and up to that manor upstairs a little bit. And that's where your scry ended. But yeah, this is more or less kind of the same area.
And whenever, because I've just scried on her a couple times. One time I scried on her, she was in a room, like she was staying there, right? Like it was a wooden
Yeah.
room.
It was a very shitty looking wooden room, but yeah.
And in there, some kid came to get her.
Yeah.
And tell her somebody wanted to speak to her, the Rexons. Okay.
Yeah.
I will just whisper to the group. I'm not 100% sure where to find her, but I have a feeling she'll be near, if not inside, the manor on the top of the hill there. Just, I don't know. We can just approach cautiously and,
Does Zero have sending?
I do.
Could just solve it that way, you know?
I could, but Misty doesn't want to.
But it's boring. Yeah, I understood. Alright.
Also, that would be my last sending for the day, girl. I have 2 spell slots. She's around
Well-
here somewhere. We'll find her.
If we can't, just knock on my door.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna walk up to the manor.
Oh, I mean, no. I just mean we're gonna keep traveling on foot.
Okay. All right. So you're
Probably... No, go ahead. Sorry.
in a. You can look around. You walked up one road. You can see there are a number of alleys, but there are a couple of other main roads here as well that you can see. You can take one that's by looking at your compass that sort of faces north, and one that sort of goes to the west. Or you can go somewhere else entirely.
Where's the manor? Towards the north or what?
To the west.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one that goes around it though.
Let's take that one, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so you begin to walk. Looking back, those 5 people still following you.
Oh yeah, we don't need to worry about them.
As you begin to walk, you yeah, with those perception checks. Jana, Riley, you're still keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. A 6th person has begun to follow you. Just a human man, older human man, sort of just bright red hair, chin strap beard, pale skin. A bit leprechaun looking-ish, actually. He just wears the same clothes everyone else, just like a furred coat. And he's sort of just following you with almost like a swagger, just sort of smoking a pipe.
Is he hot?
No,
Oh.
he looks like the Lucky Charms guy, but with a beard.
Have we seen any kids here at all?
A couple. You've seen a couple sort of throwing rocks at some of the dead bodies hung up around the.
At the dead
place.
bodies?
Yep.
That's so sad. Claudine grew up here. That's so sad.
Is that what you did for fun?
She was probably pickpocketing for fun. And profit.
Yeah, more or less.
Can I just find some random person? Maybe in an alley.
Sure, there's plenty of random people.
Okay, I'll go up to a person. I'll stand 10 feet away though.
Okay.
And then I'll ask, have you seen a purple tiefling around here?
Okay, you're standing specifically 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, you measure it out with your tape measure. Make a persuasion check. As you sort of just yell it out, you see like it's a sort of just like a small gnomish man, sort of already covered in bruises and everything, just already like looks like he got freshly beaten. As you sort of yell that, you just, oh God, please don't hurt me, and he just sprints down the street through an alleyway.
He was no help.
That older leprechaun human guy sort of just walks up. It's not gonna do you. Folks around here are it's a jumpy sort.
And you would be the exception then.
Oh yeah. I fear nothing. Not you, not me, not God.
A witch god.
All of them.
Yeah, they're not very scary when you get to know them.
Like I've always said, it's... Anyone says that they're a man of the gods, they can respectfully suck it. Sort of holds out the hand that's not smoking a pipe. Rickard Rollins, at your service.
Hmm.
Can I insight check that?
Make an insight check.
I'm also going to do that, honestly.
Okay.
Rickard Rollins? Nah, hold on.
Are we all allowed to insight check?
If you want to. He walked up to all of you.
I thought that there was a legend about that guy. He would always feed you false information.
Nah, man, he seems legit.
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, Jenna, Chris, and Zero, you have a hard time reading what any of this is about currently. This dude just walked up to you and just started saying weird shit. Riley, you sort of get a bead on him a little bit. Like he seems jovial enough, but like considering the state of the city and the city he probably lives in, like who is this man? Weirdly, you don't actually get any like you don't pick up any malice. You sort of just he just seems like watching like a couple people just doe-eyed wandering the streets and just like, I gotta fix this.
Well, Riley will take his hand and say, I've no love for strangers, but I know the rules of a handshake. And I assume you do as well.
Oh yeah, best way to cement an agreement. He extends a hand out to the rest of you if you'd like to shake it.
I'll shake it vigorously.
Look at the biceps on this one.
I will keep my distance and just give a respectful nod of acknowledgement.
He sort of snaps and points at you. Now that's a smart move in this town. See? And he points at the two elves. If that were anyone else, you'd probably be dead and shanked by now.
I'd like to see them
Don't
try,
shake anyone's
honestly.
hand. I sense your confidence.
I have reasons to be.
He extends a hand out towards you, Jenna. Would you like to be shanked?
No.
Smart lad. Now,
Can I check?
go ahead.
Can I check my gear just in case?
Yeah, sure. Just make a perception check. Yeah, checking your gear. Yeah, you just checking your gear. Your coin purse is missing. As he sees checking gear. Rule 2: if they didn't shank you, they're probably trying to pickpocket you. And he throws a coin purse back at you.
Oh, I see.
Riley didn't even notice with his passive perception.
You barely noticed. You noticed like one finger twitch. That's it. This guy's good.
Oh, Zero, this guy's gonna give you a run for your money.
Don't say that. I just bundle up my shit closer to me and just hold on my stuff because I know how fucking unperceptive I am.
No.
He snaps and points a finger at you. Good. Second smart move.
Alright, I'll be keeping mine a bit closer to me then. Hold on. Do I have my fish with me? I do have my fish with me.
When
You
do you
didn't-
not have your fish with you?
Well, when I don't have fish. Riley is frantically looking for his fish pouch. It's still there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he
Sure,
swipe my coin pouch as well, or just Chris's?
You check your stuff. You don't sense anything's missing just yet.
Okay,
Check
just
mine
yet.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, check your stuff. Everything's where it should be accounted for. Everything that's loose and might go missing. Yes, he swiped one person's to do a demonstration seemingly. Yeah, he sort of just tosses the coin purse back to you, Chris. Now, a couple of strangers walk into the town, all doe-eyed, not knowing what they're doing. So, what you doing?
Dunno. Whatever we want, I guess.
The cheek onto this one. I don't know if I like it.
Zero, what are we doing here?
Whatever we want, you said it.
Oh, there's your answer.
Give a soft shrug to the guy. What's his name? Rick.
Rickard Rollins.
Ricker.
Is it possible to just have a nice time with the Rexons?
Why, if you put in an appointment, you have a reason to put in an appointment, yeah. You want to put
Can't
an
just-
appointment?
Can't just walk in.
Not without getting your head blown off. See those lads with the rifles in the windows?
Oh,
blow your head
stop.
around.
You're going to make him excited.
Well, you like rifles?
I show him my sniper.
Now that is a fine piece that I would strongly recommend not pulling out here. Lest it gets swiped. Hell, I
Oh,
might swipe it after I'm done with you.
I'll put it back.
Smart lad.
Like
Well,
the
if you want
Catholic-
guns, you passed by a good place to get them. Notice the little smoky area.
Mhm.
Well, if you want cheap guns, gun runner nest. Now, if you want to talk to the Rexons, that is a easily remediable. Put in an appointment.
Not really looking for the Rexons right now necessarily, as
What
we
are
are
you
looking for a friend that has been visiting them, it seems.
All right, can you be more specific?
A tiefling woman, purple, short hair,
Came in with a posse?
probably.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Where can we find her?
How's your view on disease?
I need more information than that.
There is a tavern, I guess, is the right term, but let's just say it's not the cleanest place. It's cheap, very cheap. Call it the what I call it again? Jesus, the piss pit.
Ew.
Hey, Chris, do you have a magnificent mansion prepared? I think I would much prefer to be there instead.
I do.
Great! Then we can go anywhere. Temporarily.
Do you mind showing us the way to this piss pit, friend?
We friends now. That is a surprise. You know, friends ask each other's names. What's her name?
I'm just gonna squint at him and just say 0.
Your name's Number.
Sure.
No, it's spelled with an X, so it's different.
Yeah, it's cooler.
Your name has an X in it. That's an uncommon letter.
My
I
name
will
has
check
an
it out.
X in it. It's not that uncommon.
Mine has an
X for
too.
X for Zodiacs.
No, not that one.
Is that a band name?
It's our
Well, we are
street-
known for our music.
Yeah, we have
Our
played
street
together
name.
a lot.
Are you traveling troupe?
May as
I
well
guess,
be.
yeah. Guys, I guess we're a band.
Yeah, if you're good enough, maybe you can perform at the piss pit. Rosalind is a bit of a coin pinch, but a good performance is a good performance.
What an honor that would be.
What? I kind of like this idea.
Piss pit is it's cheap. It's dirt cheap. So it's called a piss pit. A lot of people go there, especially let's go to the dregs of society.
How's the food?
Do you like rat?
Is
I
that
don't think
local
I've-
delicacy around
No.
here, friend?
Pests. This rat sort of got off a ship one day and they just mutated to have a lot of fur. Just really stringy. But hey, Rosalind will cook one up for you.
Yum.
What's
If you
that?
want to head to the piss pit, follow me.
Zodiac's playing live at the Piss Pit has a great reach to it.
Can't wait to put it on my resume.
What's Answin doing during this? Just chilling.
Sort of just watching. It's like she's trying her best to like suss out this guy. Like she can't really do it as well as any of you can, but it's just like she's trying.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he begins to walk, yeah, he goes back the way he came through the plaza. Uh, yeah, as he's passing through. Uh, say, any of you read Thieves' Cant?
Sure.
Well, if you want to have a bit of a giggle out of graffiti around here in Thieves' Cant, you can't read most of it unless you know what you're looking for. Good. But that manor up on the hill, it's a plaza here, all owned by the Rexons. And there's what do you know the rules? Third one, important. Everything's all about ownership and services here. No laws, technically. It's like every building's always its own government. In a way. Strange system. You get used to it.
Are they the ones that created this hybrid of these cans you have spewing around here?
Directions.
Directions.
The Rexons?
Oh,
You're
the
asking if they made
Yeah.
no, the Thieves' Cant is just a well, originally it was just Thieves' Cant. It was just Thieves' Cant. Everyday Thieves' Cant. But when everyone can read Thieves' Cant, it's less a code and more just writing your address on the middle of a board in the plaza. So they use Thieves' Cant to write in code. So that way, if you need to leave a message, just make sure the other person you're trying to send it to has the cipher. They can decode it themselves.
I see.
Right, and passing by the Rollins Tour, the plaza's called a Neutral Square, and the manor you probably guessed, the Rexon House of Business.
Who makes up the Rexons, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it depends on who you really think is in charge. Depends on the business. If you're asking who's in charge of the city and generally the Rexon household, it's a big man named Warren Reskin Rexun. Sort of took over after his pa got a. I'd say he just looks like a shriveled old testicle now, so it's a bit you can't really run a criminal syndicate when you're just old as fuck. Still kicking. Weird. Strange for a human. There's other members, but they're off, usually.
How large is the family?
All of them living and currently working, quote unquote, for. Got a father, Weskin Rexon. His son, Warren, who took over. You got Bella and Horace, who are off doing their own thing. Those are the direct spawn of Weskin's balls. I'm sure they have children somewhere too, but those four.
Sorry, I need to grab paper to write all this shit down. Jesus.
Do any of those names sound familiar?
To you, not really. Yeah, you weren't really aware of the Rexon family until after you started the whole adventure and talked to Claudia a bit. But any piece of paper that you found, not really.
One more time, it was Warren, Horace, Bella, and who?
Yeah. Warren, Bella, and Horace seem to be direct children of the main figurehead, Weskin. Weskin Rexon,
It's a good name.
who apparently is old as fuck. And Warren is kind of the sort of the main figurehead leader now.
One more time, hit me with those names. There were so
Weskin's the
many.
father.
Okay.
Warren, yeah, Warren Rexon, Bella Rexon, and Horace Rexon.
Also, for the 50th time, how do you spell Rexon again? How do we spell it with a U?
Rexun.
Oh, it's the Rex Uns. I thought it was the Rex Ons.
Rexon.
I thought it was Ruxins.
I wrote Rex.
I'm illiterate.
Man.
Rexall.
That is a
feel like-
drugstore here.
Give me the kids one more time. I feel like I'm always missing one.
Okay, hold on. Warren, Bella, Horace, Weskin is Faja.
Okay, there's just 3. Okay. Is Warren the oldest?
Warren's the oldest. Most level-headed, most, let's say, tactically minded with one. Takes after his father.
Do you know what Bella and Horace are up to? Like doing
Bella
their own
handles
thing,
the
but like
money.
what? Bella's
Bella
money?
handles money and social relationships. It's diplomacy. Horace does whatever the fuck he wants. He's the youngest. He's a bit of a shit.
Does he have a liberal arts degree?
No, but he has guns, and he likes using them.
He sounds like he would be a good friend.
He would, actually. If you got on his good side, he's actually kind of alright, but if you're not, which is most people, he'll break your kneecaps for fun. He's good at it, too. I've seen it.
Simon, can I deduce that? Because I scried on Saled several times, one of which I saw her speaking to somebody, and one of them was an old man, right, in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, there's a guy that's sort of like middle-aged, salt and pepper around the hair, just dressed very, very well, actually. Just is on a chair, and then one dude was like a shriveled testicle in a wheelchair. He was just on the side.
Okay. Interesting. Guess we will continue to travel with him and listen.
Yeah, and you sort of just walking. He begins to weave through alleyways off the beaten path. There's no real infrastructure in the city. He's just really just finding any sort of gaps in between buildings. Sometimes going through the buildings themselves if they're just holes punched straight through them. There's a couple bodies you pass by that haven't really been taken care of, and they're just sort of decomposing in the building that's already been just abandoned. Just no one remembered or just didn't care to clean them up.
Right, this is a bit of a shot in the dark, but how willing do you think the people of Lipat would be to, adopt a little bit of change?
No.
Not even a little bit, huh?
No.
Is worth a
The
shot.
whole appeal about the city is that there are no laws. You make your own laws. You find something you want, you take it. How you do it, I don't know. You do it, that's up to you. And then once you do that, you're your own king, you know? I mean, the Rexons have been doing that the whole time, and they have their own laws, but only in places that they actually own. You know, like the house and the neutral square.
So what you're saying is, if I wanted to be, a paragon of kindness here, I could simply do that.
Yes.
Cool.
How many people actually respect it? Yeah. But hey, if you find yourself, owning a building and running a business out of it, and you want to give out free free things, then that's up to you. No one's gonna stop you.
I'll put it on my noted list.
Do you guys still deal in money here?
Oh, we exclusively deal in money. That's the
Okay.
whole point. Late stage capitalism.
Okay.
What do y'all do, by the way? Seem
I'm
a
but a-
motley sort.
I
I'm
shrug.
but a humble fisherman.
We save the world.
Oh, you really are paragons of kindness.
I'm
Well,
not.
we save the whole world, and not every part of the world is good. So I guess
So you save the good parts of the world.
Or try to transform the shit parts of the world into good parts.
What if the shit parts don't want to get transformed?
Leave them alone, I guess. Haven't run into anybody who was unhappy to find our assistance, but first time for everything.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I don't imagine a lot of people here in Lipat want to be here.
Some don't have a choice. Some just have actually easier life here. I'm doing pretty alright. It's not a place for everybody. And that's fine. They can go someplace that is much easier to survive. But if you can survive in Lifepath, you can survive anywhere.
Let me ask, are there any other tieflings here? The population seems to be not that large.
A few. They were of all kinds. We don't. It's less about what you look like or what you've did. It's more what can you bring to the table. Tieflings are. They come and go. There's a few.
Any
What if you
old
want to-
ones, like regulars that have been here for a very long time?
Old, I'm not sure. There's a couple that are experienced. There's a. If you're gonna get yourself a gun, you're gonna have to speak to Powder Rigging Enterprises. They sort of own a big chunk of the arms dealership over there.
do they sell good guns?
Strangely, yes, actually. It wasn't always the case, but a man took over a couple of years back and sort of put it on a track to make the guns actually less shit instead of just a lot of them. Goes by the name of Hano Uralster. Call him Beatlip. Has a cleft.
We'll have to go check that out then at some point. Dude, we passed that, right?
Yeah, by the entrance. The place with all the smoke, that's where the metal and pounding of it.
So that's what that was.
I have no idea how it ventilates out, but hey, it does. Yeah, as you're sort of just weaving through the alleyways, you notice that those 5 people that are following you have just stopped. You don't really see them anymore.
We have a designated escort.
Ansman sort of just pipes up. What's the It's got rate of death in the city. And Rickard just goes, "Oh, extremely high, like exceedingly high." Ansman just goes, "Right," and she sort of just begins to just walk a bit closer to you, Jenna. Any questions?
Is Giorgio out or is Jana just walking around?
Giorgio's in the ball. I would assume we don't want him out down here. I don't know. I could have said an intimidation tactic.
That's up to you.
I'll put Giorgio out. Who's gonna fuck around with Person with a Bear?
You pop
Actually,
through.
there is one question I have.
Yeah.
Uh, how are things in regards to keeping this place hidden from the Arbiter?
Doing all right. I mean, anyone could just leave and come back with a tattletaling, but strangely, those people always end up dead. Like 100% of the time. It's kind of a miracle that this place has been discovered already. I mean, there's a lot of people that just talk and talk and talk, but they always just end up, dead.
Does that have
Hmm.
anything to do with the guy at the front collecting spit?
Oh no, that's just bullshit. He does that as a scare tactic. Makes you think that they're keeping tabs on you, but it's just spit in the vial. He throws it out at the end of the week.
Oh, thank God. At least he doesn't use it for anything.
That being said, something is hunting down people that try to tattle. So it's not that guy. I don't know what it is.
Something, huh?
Can
Well,
I
that's-
insight?
Good, I guess.
Or a couple of people could be assassins.
Could be.
Can I insight what he said about that orc not using it for anything?
Yeah, make an insight check. It's hard to read.
Oh no. Okay. Do you happen to know if Lipad has had any dealings with a certain group known as the Gravekeepers, by chance?
I mean, light isn't really a... I mean, maybe. A lot of people just sort of deal with everything here, If someone's been dealing with the Great Keeper, that's their business. Rexton, maybe. Sure, other people with wealth.
Perhaps
it's
that's what's
like
hunting people down.
Maybe. Could be. You could be very right. You could also be very extremely wrong, and I have no way of telling.
It's all conjecture.
All conjecture. What's that word mean?
Made up or unverifiable.
All conjecture. As he's just walking and talking, walking and talking. He seems all right. As far as
I'm gonna
we
read
can
his mind.
tell. Read his mind.
Yoink.
Yeah, you read his mind. Yeah, you enter his mind and you just hear in his very jovial voice. These people seem nice. And that's concerning.
Oh. Okay, I'll get out of there.
Okay? As you exit without a fuss, you sort of just what's that the Simpsons thing of the guy walking in, putting down the hat, immediately turning around, picking that guy and leaving. That's you. in this print. Yeah, but as you're walking, eventually you come to a very yeah, there's the one.
I like how fast that was.
I'm a fast typer.
On speed dial. You come to a building that looks just as shitty as every other building. If anything, a little shittier actually, because there is shit like outside, like turds, frozen, just left there. It's a little bit larger than the rest of the buildings here. It is double floored. It is not looking great. There's windows, but they've been shattered, and the glass shards are sort of just around. Have been replaced. There are just just triangular bits of glass just sticking out that if someone fell on it, they'd die. This place looks like shit. And you can see just hanging, less hanging, more nailed into the wall, just very haphazardly with like a single nail that's already rusted. It is the piss pit. Very hastily drawn, not very neat lettering. Below it, you see a couple sentences. It says 1, pay for your shit and pay on time. 2, don't break anything you're not going to replace. 3, anything you leave here is mine.
That's fair.
And Rickard sort of just goes, with a big flourish, double hands like pointing to it like it's like you just want a car. The piss pit. I present thee. I think I can't read.
I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
You'll have to forgive my absolute elation. I really can't contain the happiness.
I don't even have to get all sassy with me. It's called the piss pit. What do you expect? 3-star hotel service? I mean, there is a hotel in the city, but you know, that's not what your friend is. That being said, if you want to stay in a nicer place, there is the upper echelon. It is a hotel.
What area would we find that in?
Brewer Barrack. East side. Used to be just a nice party place, and then they turned it into a drug den.
Here, 1 second. You said the windows were like busted up, right?
Yeah, like there's like 4 windows on the front. All of them are broken, and they're all the glass shards are just on the ground.
Right.
And,
okay.
and like in the windowsill, like you could fall on it and die.
I'm gonna run in. I'm gonna throw 10 gold on the counter. I'm gonna run out.
Okay, like are you jumping through the window or just yeeting a bunch of gold into the building?
I'm just gonna walk through, go up to front desk, throw 10 gold on the counter, and walk out.
Okay. You run in. It's shitty in here. It smells like ass. There's a couple people in here. One group sort of in the corner. You don't even with the pepper stuff, you just run in, not paying attention to anything, slam a bunch of gold. There's like a woman at like a bartender desk. Everything looks shitty in there. You just slap on 10 gold and you just leave.
Yep. Words not needed.
Yep. And words are not given. You slap the gold on and you leave. As you come out, Rickard just goes, "What the fuck was that?"
I had to try.
Rosamund doesn't care. You could try to be helpful. She's not going to care.
Well, there's only 10 gold at the end of the day.
Only 10 gold. All right, money bags.
I'm
Speaking
watching
of-
you.
You're watching me. Is that what you said? You're watching me.
Well, yeah. I don't want
Oh.
me gold stolen.
How fucking dare you? Smart move, man. Speaking of gold, and he sort of holds out his hand.
What, for the information?
The tour and everything.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll throw him 10.
Can we get a full, like, fucking copy of the map if we're paying this dude?
I can draw one. Or I can just stand outside while you're doing your business. I can guide you right to the town.
Sure. Because just out of character, I do want to go pop my head in there really quick. See who's who.
Yeah, you're popping in.
Yeah, I'll just peek my head in, scan the room.
Yeah, you peek in. There's a couple people in there. There's a number of tables, all of which look fucking filthy. It's like every single like stain that's ever been dropped in here has just never been cleaned up. Like you put 1 foot in, and you can like as you try to lift it, it sort of peels off the bottom of the floor, with this like film of brown just stuck to your boot.
Oh, stop. Disgusting.
It smells like ass in here. Like it's actually like horrible conditions inside here, but apparently it's cheap. Yeah, it's called the piss pit.
I have Azek on my head, I think, as I'm like scanning the room so he can help me look. Look, is it dark in here? Is it well lit?
It's not well lit, but it is lit. It's like 2 candles sort of just strewn about the whole room.
Do I see anybody familiar?
Make a perception check.
Can I make one for Azek too?
Sure.
Yup. Let me. He gets a 22.
Yeah, just scanning through. Yeah, spot a couple people in there. Just like it's you're not like looking for anything hidden necessarily, but just a couple people, just a couple people of all different races, sizes, just stood or sat. Some passed out, uh, just drooling on the table. A bit gross because like as the drool sort of goes further down the table, it just turns a different color before it dribbles off the end. Um, and some just slowly nursing a mug. Uh, Azek sort of spots one person just stood, uh, or just sat out like a table in the corner. And he just goes, "Friend."
Friend. I will look where he's looking.
And you look and you spot a figure, sort of back turned towards the rest of you, the door, and hood up, but he's sort of looking at it, and the head doesn't really seem to match up with the rest of the body normally. It kind of has like these weird curves, and you could probably surmise horns.
I will send Azek to the table to fly and land on the table in front of this person.
Okay.
I'll just stand next to the door and just kind of watch.
Okay. Yeah. So Azek is an owl currently.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just send an owl through the fucking tavern. Azek flies past a couple of people and then just goes, "Holy shit!" And the barkeep you can see is just a like an older gnomish woman. Just sort of just sat there, literally doing nothing. Sort of just faded orange hair, very wild, very dirty. And you can see she has a tattoo of a rose on her face, and she's just wearing looks like a stained white dress that used to be white, but it's not like this yellow tinge. And she just sat there doing nothing. She just watches his owl fly through. That literally doesn't do anything, just watches it. Yeah. As it sort of lands on the table, figure sort of just jumps a little bit and just stares at the fucking owl that's perched on the dude's desk.
Can I look through Azek, who's sitting here?
Yeah. Looking through, see a tiefling. It is a tiefling. Male, red skin, curved horns, which is what you saw, like under the hood, and guy just has the hood up. Sort of just weirdly well groomed white hair, and just has spectacles, like very round, nerdy looking spectacles, and currently just has a book in front of him. He did. Now he's just staring at the owl.
Do I recognize this guy?
No.
Huh.
Tiefling sort of just turns back and just looks up towards the stairs and just looks back at the owl and just looking around, just like, what the fuck's going on?
Wait, I think I have a new spell. I do. I don't know how to use it. Can I cast Detect Thoughts on this guy?
Yeah.
How do I... Is that a save?
Nope, not initially at least.
Oh, it's if you want to dig deeper, it's a save?
Yeah. Yeah, so you get the surface thoughts, and then if you want to get more, then it'll be a save. But then they also know someone's probing their brain. So there's that. Yeah, so you cast Detect Thoughts. Yeah, surface thoughts are... What the hell?
Gonna go deeper.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
18.
Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
Damn, I should have used, fuck, what's it called? It's a arcane trickster thing where I get advantage if I had been stealthing. Like, yeah, sorry, he would have had to roll with the disadvantage, but I didn't do that, so ignore me.
I mean, I mean, you didn't really make your presence known. I guess it would have counted, but you failed anyway, so it doesn't matter. As you're probing deeper, it's almost weird because like for like a split second, his thoughts become your thoughts, and it's like you're siphoning this dude's brain energy for like a moment, and just you're almost going through his whole thought process, and he's questioning what's going on, notably, and then just one errant thought you just pluck out, and as you listen to it, it says, "Should I go get Salif?"
I don't know this guy.
You don't know this guy. Just a guy.
I will, I guess, step closer and just slowly approach the table and call Isaac back to me as I walk up to him.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Oh, I've been out of there for a while. I threw my gold on the counter and I fucking exited the building stage left.
Okay, you adamantly refuse to enter the building. Okay, Chris and Jana, what you doing? You following in or just staying at a distance?
Yeah, I'll Misty step on the roof of this place.
Jeez.
Okay, you can do that. It's not a super tall building. 2 stories, but 30 feet.
Can I make eye contact with Zero? I don't think so. I think it just Jana and Ansman are outies too. IDK. Go with Riley.
Okay, so Jana, Riley, and Rickard are both outside. Chris on the roof. Yeah, Chris, as you're up on the roof. Weirdly, the cleanest place in the whole building.
That's probably good.
Like it's not prepared well, but it's not like shit on it.
Yeah.
Zero, as you walk in and you sit at the table.
I'm not gonna sit, I'll just stand next to it with Isaac on my shoulder.
Okay, just what, violently oppressing him with your presence, or
I mean, I'm not gonna come
T-posing above him?
I'm just gonna stand. I'll just walk up to him and just give him a nod as I stand close to the table and just wait for a response from him.
Yeah. He's as you just walk up to him, and as Alex flies back to your shoulder, and his attention sort of just follows Isaac, and then eventually rests on you. About 10 seconds pass wordlessly. He just has this like shocked and confused look on his face, and he just eventually just goes, "Can I help you?"
I'm just gonna squint at him and just ask, "Are you from around here, or are you out of town?"
Yes.
Yes, to which?
The former.
You're from Lipad.
Yes.
Great. So you know your way around here. Where would I find Salif?
I don't know who that is.
I'm going to take a seat across or just next to him and just sit close to him. And I was gonna try to intimidate him, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to say I'm a friend. She was expecting me. Don't really want to run around the town calling out her name.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm sure she would prefer I don't do that either. Okay. Oof.
Yeah, he sort of just looks at you as you're explaining this. He just goes, "Okay, can you wait here?"
Is detect thought still going?
That's a minute, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I guess so. With your yeah, yeah, I guess because yeah, you broke in deep already, and it's on the cusp of ending at this point with how long this fucking conversation dragged itself out. Um, but just before it ends, uh, you get thoughts of you feel hard like glands kicking in his body and his fight or flight just like rapidly, just like what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? Um, and yeah, you do hear a couple. What do I do? Um, uh, you also get the thoughts um just like yes, I told a lie. I think they got it. Uh, and as he sort of gets up, slowly closes the book, and just begins to slowly march up the stairs, you can hear the thoughts. Uh, Torza will handle this because I can't.
Can I stop him before he gets up and goes up the stairs? Like, I don't want to let him stand up even. Like, I
Yeah,
just want to
you're
take,
quick enough for that.
I want to take my hand and just put it on his shoulder and sit him back down.
Yeah, as he gets up, closes the book, you just slap your hand on his shoulder, and you just slowly lower him back into his seat.
I'm just going to look at him and just say, that's fine. Just let her know that Zero is looking for her. I will be with my party and a lovely tour guide in the city. Can you just let her know to find me, please? Thanks. And I will give him a little pat on the back. It's like a little too hard, and then I'll walk out.
Okay, yeah, you so pat his back. He's scrawny. He's a twig of a man.
Is he old or is he young?
No, he's fairly young.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's around your age and your old group's age. Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He just sort of just wordlessly gets up and just slowly marches upstairs.
Okay. And as he does it, I will walk out and meet back with the group.
Yeah, the as you're walking out the whole time, the barkeep is just looking at you and just holding up a mug and just going like, eh.
I will mage hand 5 gold. Just put it on the counter.
Yeah, as a spectral cluster of coin just float towards her, she just picks it up, then puts it under the counter.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, what you doing? You're up on the roof.
Oh, I'm just, well, I'm keeping my distance from down below because probably below there is where it's possible to get, I don't know,
Syphilis.
my stuff stolen. But so I'm just up there keeping a watch down below, seeing if I can see any interesting landmarks.
Okay, make a it's not the tallest building roll, but you're up high slightly. Make a perception check. Yeah, from up there, like you see more of the city. Um, the main landmarks that you can actually spot, uh, you probably passed already. Mainly the big pillar that goes up like 100 feet, 120 feet or so. Actually connects the ground to the top and the manor. Like those are the two most eye-catching landmarks, probably in the whole town. If you look around, you see a lot more dilapidated buildings. And just either people that are downtrodden or people that are bullying the downtrodden. Yeah, this is a very rules of nature town, you gather.
Yeah. And then when I guess when everyone's out there, when Zero comes back, and I'll jump down.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check. Okay. So you don't immediately biff it. That's a good thing. Not the graceful landing in the world, but you don't shatter your kneecaps immediately.
I did it.
Yeah. Rickard sees this and just sort of goes, far on the dismount. Gotta bend your knees a little bit, sort of disperse the weight.
Lucky stuff, really.
I'll keep that noted.
Jana flips a card over that says 3 on it.
I think that one's a little bit harsh. Riley will manifest a 4 instead.
Rickard picks up some iron planks, finds some like stray charcoal, and just scribbles on it, and he turns it towards you, and it's just pure nonsense and scribbles. He can't read or write.
Everyone's a critic.
Is this a trend now? What are we doing?
Well, our leader appears to be staring off
Pentatonic.
into space at present.
Well, in the meantime, so I gather you're an experienced type of people. You look like you've seen the world and kicked its shit as much as it's kicked your shit.
Haven't fallen into quite as much despair as you see the people around here have, but we've seen some shit.
Less despair and more they don't not survive well. Weren't born with the talents or just not clever enough. The rules of nature. Tell me more about yourselves.
We've slain a dragon.
I bet you have. Honestly, that's kind of believable. I mean, look at you. You're clad with a lot of money on you. Okay, I'll be frank, all right? You walked through those doors and you're reeked of money. Like a lot of it. Like, you just head to toe with magic items and you're carrying a rifle, custom built. People don't dress like this.
I'm probably a
We're
walking
not
beacon.
people.
You're not people. That what you
Then
said?
No, are you insinuating we're not people?
No, I'm saying, waiting you that you smell like people with a lot of money.
We're making targets of ourselves.
That's it. I mean,
Now,
it might
certainly
fly.
pockets are a bit of a problem, but in a one-on-one fight, I'm sure most of us could take on any individual in the city.
Right, if
That's
it was a
the
one-on-one
thing.
fight.
Yeah. If it's the whole city, though.
They're not going to run up and stab you one by one. Like those, Power Rangers. It's going to be a, knockdown, drag out brawl, kick you in the balls, stab at you in the kidneys. From the back.
I
Even then,
would like to avoid
kill you.
that.
They're not trying to kill you, they're trying to take your stuff.
Maybe he's right. We should just tone it down.
What? Throw all magic stuff in a fucking pocket dimension or something.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Would that take a target off of us, or would it make us even more interested? Like, I feel like that would make us more vulnerable, would it not? They've already seen us. They can't unsee the things we have.
What's going on?
I think we should get out of here.
Out of Blypat?
Yeah.
I mean, I still have some stuff to do here, but
And
I mean,
quickly do it! We need to get out of here before all our stuff is stolen.
I would say not everyone has seen us, but you know, it's one of those things of just, hey, don't, you know?
Did something happen? I was gone.
I'm just scaring your friend. That's all.
I think we'll be okay, Riley. I think as long as you stop handing out money.
No promises.
Well, then I can't promise you're gonna be safe.
We just gotta look around our surroundings every 5 seconds.
Yes. Good idea, lad.
Just, I don't know, keep your eyes peeled. Don't let anyone get too close to you.
I never understood that adage. Keep your eyes peeled. I mean, I've seen that happen once. It's not pretty.
Like bananas. Like, just, stay sharp. Stay... That's not quite right either. Stay vigilant. Stay... aware.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I mean, like I've
Your
seen
eyes
eyes
are
get
peeled, they're open, they're closed.
Right.
They're not...
You know what's inside of ice jelly? I've discovered this. There is a lot of mean people in the city.
Can I insight check that? I just have this feeling this guy is like a secret psychopath.
I'll make an insight
I
check.
don't think it's a secret.
You start to read. He's jovial, and he's not sure how to feel about that.
My next character is gonna be the wisest fucking character ever. God damn it.
Just be an inquisitive rogue.
Can I
Nothing
ask
more
him,
to skip.
who is the meanest person in the city?
That would be. Oh Jesus. I mentioned the brewer barrack, right?
I'm not sure.
No, that's where this hotel is. Used to be a good drinking place. Now it's a drug den. Lots of drugs being peddled and sold there. One wee little halfling, leader of the bottlemakers. They keep a good lock on that district. Goes by the name of Ama Karina.
Jeez.
Are
Well, good night, everyone.
are they associated with Silverwind?
No, maybe. Well, kind of. They sell to Silverwind.
Yeah, but who doesn't sell to Silverwind?
Who doesn't sell to Silverwind? Yeah, but Emma is she's not nice. She'll... Remember the person I said I saw their eyes get peeled? That was her. She does a lot of eye peeling. Breaking limbs, killing people if she thinks you insulted her. Even if you didn't, you just kept your mouth shut and she'll still stab you.
What a lovely place this is.
Oh, it's the best. Know the rules, do what you want. Shit and piss. The whole world is your toilet.
Y'all enjoy living like this?
Yeah, it works. I mean, it's not much as we can do. I mean, not many of us have marketable skills. It's a lot easier to get away with crime here than, let's say the capital. Get caught there, you die. Tesca, they push you in a cage. Forever. Just hanging above in the dark. It's awful.
I mean, like, yeah, crime is crime, but the community as a whole could all just decide to stop pissing on the ground and shitting everywhere.
Ah, but then it loses its charm. You know?
I see.
What of the children? The ones who were forced to be here?
Well, the ones that survive will grow up very strong now, won't they? It's an unfair world already. Put them in an unfair city, they grow up to get used to it, and then they go kick the world in the balls. And look how I turned out.
What's Claudine's last name? Do we know her last name?
You don't know her last name. You don't even know she has a last name.
Yeah, we've seen the remnants of what kind of people this place brings up. Again, I don't think anyone, even born here, would choose to stay here.
Well, don't have a kid here then. That's my advice to you. But just know that when my kid beats up your kid, don't come crying to me, okay?
Do you have a kid, like, actually?
No, I wish. Little shit kicker running around? Great.
What would you name your kid?
Richard.
Yep, I know where that's going.
To elaborate.
No.
You know what? Fair enough. Anyway, what's next on the money docket for me?
I don't know. Show us the rest of this piss town.
Do we really need to? Can't you, like, fast track?
It depends on where you want to go, you know?
I'm gonna lean into Riley and just be like, Riley, you are the champion of a god. What are you scared of?
Wait,
But I will have to do.
is there the Silver Window actually have a presence here?
I mean, yeah. Most people have a presence here. I mean, it's just, you own the building.
Could we check them out?
Well, if you want to check them out, now's the place to do it. I mean, Smuggler Hearth, you know? It's a good place to just store a bunch of stuff. A lot of warehouses.
I wouldn't mind checking one of those warehouses. Good evidence.
To give to who exactly?
Yeah, to give to who exactly?
The death stare, Chris.
Um,
Can I stealthily shake my head no very slowly to Chris?
Sure, make a stealth check. Yeah, you very subtly shake your head. Whether Chris picks up on it or not, who knows?
well, it would be just evidence for me.
Or what? To keep a collection to keep you warm at night? What?
His scrapbook.
He's a big
Nice.
Silver Wind merch collector.
An enthusiast.
0 trying to make deception checks.
Do we get advantage
It's a
or
little
anything
bit
for-
true. Chris is obsessed.
It's also a Luca enthusiast.
Deception. I never have to roll that one.
Yeah, as Rickard sort of just sits here, like he's been jovial the whole time, and then he just hit a serious patch all of a sudden. After about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, just silence, death staring at Chris. He just goes, "Yeah, that works for me." So you want to look at Silverwind warehouse? Wait for your scrapbook.
Can I insight check that?
Make an insight check. Hard to read.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, just looking through his demeanor and just judging by body language and just his words, the lilt in his voice, just trying to pick up anything he can. You get the sense that he doesn't really believe you, but he's just going along with it.
Okay. But I don't sense any, like, ulterior motives?
Uh, yeah, you don't sense whatever game plan he has, if at all, has changed.
Okay. As we walk then, I'm just gonna whisper to Chris of like, be very careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide a hand cast message to Chris and just tell him, none of that here. That is the fastest way to get us killed, is telling anyone that we're working with anyone. Oh, sleight of hand, but
All right. Yeah, Chris, you received that message in your brain. Zero. That was just a waggle of the fingers. Fingers? Waggle the fingers for you.
I got the message.
All right. Cool. As Rickard begins to just take the lead, just jovially walking through some of the buildings, through the alleyways, just every filth encrusted wall that there is in the city. Yeah, can you see those the legend, by the way? Like, that, is that visible?
Legend.
It is not.
no,
You're
just
not?
the path we've been on.
Oh, Jesus.
Just the snail trail.
What the fuck? Okay.
Snail trail, snail trail.
Do I have something up there? Oh, maybe it's this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, my idea. Okay, so you don't see anything in the top left, right?
Yeah, it's there now.
It's there?
It's there.
Yeah.
4 locations, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
It's okay. I don't know what I changed. I changed nothing, actually, but... Okay. But he just leads you through. Occasionally he stops and just checks, like, the underlid of a barrel. Puts it back, and then he checks walls. Zero, you're just sort of looking where he is. He's reading Thieves' Cant. Like, he's just using it as direction, seemingly. Yep, and eventually he just goes to another fairly large building. Bigger than the tavern before. Not sure if it's second story, but it is bigger. And there is a fairly large, almost looked like a stable, like a barn in some ways. It had like a double door with like a bar over top of it. And there are currently 2 very gruff-looking people just stood outside of it. And Rickard sort of sneaks up to one side, reads a couple of Thieves' Cant, sort of whispers to you, "Yep, that's the Sirloin warehouse. It says so right here. I can read this. I don't know what an A is."
It's like a triangle, except it doesn't have a bottom, and the line's in the middle.
Infinity triangle. Okay. So what you gonna do? Get your merchandise?
Actually, is it illegal to blow up a building?
It's honestly a good question here.
You know the rules.
So do I.
I don't think you should full commit to this one.
That's what I'm thinking of.
It's been on my mind.
Illegal? Illegal? No. That being said, retaliation maybe. Because retaliation is also not illegal.
I see. I guess maybe I'll just walk around the building then.
I will cast message to Chris and just plead with him. Chris, we just got here, please. Chill.
If you're nice here, we'll let you blow up 2 things somewhere else.
Oh yeah, what was the deal? I told him I'd get him some hair if he was on his best behavior.
Whose hair?
At a first glance, is there any entrance that seems very easy to get into?
At first glance, make a perception check. Okay. At first glance, to the untrained, less inquisitive eye, no. The only way, theoretically, is the front door. That being said, yeah, as you're sort of walking around, looking at stuff, you see a couple boards like near the side, near the back, like in the back corner, that you could probably kick in. You could make your own entrance if you want to, but the actual official entrance, it seems to be the only the front door with like those 2 guards posted up, the big bar in front of it.
He'll leave it then.
Okay. Yeah, walking around the building, there's no point of entrance. The roof is, while it is like sloped, there's no windows. The windows on the whole place actually is just kind of like just a big wooden box with like a 1 door in it. Yeah, it is a warehouse, more or less. Okay. Anyone else want to do anything? Chris, you are walking around. Zero Jana.
Got nothing.
I will just investigate the side of the building that I'm already at.
Okay. Sure, make an investigation check. Okay. Listening intently. Just trying to keep an ear out, trying to spot anything. As you're sort of passing by, just trying to look for any signs, you sort of hear something from the inside. Yeah, that roll 20 is pretty good. You sort of hear a voice, sort of speaking. It's just mumbling at first. You don't make out too much, but as you begin to listen intently, you begin to make out a couple words. Just various voices, different lilts, different pitches, different cadences. You hear a couple of them just go, "We're gonna get out of this, promise." A couple of them just goes, "We're never gonna get out of here." A couple other ones, "I'm gonna die in here. That's it. I'm gonna die."
I don't recognize any of the voices, right?
Through the wall, not really.
How many... Okay, what is the traffic around in this area? Are there like a lot of people around?
Not a lot of people. There's people. There's a couple, like, every so often, like, 2 people walk by, like a minute or so. Passes, another person walks by. Like, people are walking, and there's 2 guards posted up in front. Just permanently, seemingly.
I'm gonna sleight of hand cast message to Jana and just tell her there's somebody trapped inside
Where is this?
in the Silverwind warehouse.
Like, okay. I guess I was thinking like specifically, but you probably don't know that.
No, it's just through the wall.
Chris, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around the building. To see if I can see anything interesting. Any windows or openings inside.
At first glance, no windows. It seems uh, fully solid other than the front doors. Make a perception check anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, walking around it is a solid looking building. There's the front doors that is barred by the 2 guards, and no windows, no other openings. It's just it is a box with a door in it.
What, looking for a way in, Chris?
Yep. Some way in.
Well, if push ever comes to shove, you see those boards over there? They're a little bit flimsy. My suggestion, though? Don't do anything without a plan.
What's the outside of this building look like again?
It's kind of shaped like a small barn. It has a sloped roof. No windows or doors. It is just a like rectangular, just wooden building with like 2 swinging double doors with a bar over them at the front.
This is out of character. Are we allowed to discuss a plan out of character, or do you want me to speak in character?
If we're here, may as well speak in character.
Okay. Is message is a pretty far range. Is Riley like within 100 feet of me?
Oh yeah, I would be. I'm still
Okay.
with the group.
I'm gonna cast message and tell him the same thing I told Jana, that somebody's inside. And I'm also going to say, what do you think the odds are of just being able to pay these guards to fuck off? That's the motto of this place. Apparently, money rules here. No rules.
So what, you want to claim this warehouse for ourselves? It all depends on how much money they ask for.
I don't think we're.
Because you don't know how much money they're getting paid at present.
That's what I'm saying. You have to offer them a lot of money up front. I don't think that's. I think that's an idea. You know. I don't hate that. It's just high risk, high reward.
And in fairness, if there's anywhere to be, a little bit of a deviant, this would be the place to do it.
I can always just kick the shit out of them too. That's never not an option. So, I mean, do these guys look decked out, or are they just people?
They as far as everyone, like, compared to everyone else in the city, they look fairly decked out. Like they have armor, like it's actually like solid, or like chainmail, like some plates spattered across it around the shoulders and the elbows. They are armed like fairly heavily, but that's comparison to everyone else. To compare to you, like legendary hero of the gods, they're like fucking tin cans probably.
It's not a matter of whether we can take them. As you said, what we should be afraid of here is not, confrontations with individuals. It is the fallout of that we should fear.
Yeah, I'm also not a fan of causing a big scene.
And you've still business here. Maybe put a pin in it and let's come back. Unless this is of absolute urgency. Because, trust, if there's some people trapped in there, I want to get them out.
I'm gonna leave Isaac here, Simon. I want to find a place to perch him by the door. If there seems to only just be one door to come in and out of, I'm just gonna tell Isaac to like teleport back to me if he can, or just return to me when or if they start moving huge shipments out the door, or anything that looks like it could hold people, or maybe they don't even need to fucking conceal anything. Maybe they'll just take prisoners and walk them through the fucking alleyway. I don't know, but I'll just tell Isaac to return to me if anyone starts moving.
Understood.
And then I will just tell Riley and Janet that we will have to return with a plan.
Yeah, I guess I'll return to the group.
See,
Okay.
if we staked out long enough, and we find out who's in charge of the warehouse, I could just disguise self and get the guards to fuck off.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, that is true.
but after we do that, we should probably leave Lipad quickly with the if there are people that we have to save, we should probably leave Lipad
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah,
after that.
yeah. Let's
As
get your
always-
business out of the way then, and come back to this.
Okay.
As always, Silverwind should be the last thing we do in a city, because it is often ends in a no-return state.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like anybody else here would care, but it would certainly stir the pot a little.
Bringing Chris to a lawless city was a mistake.
He's lucky. He's lucky there's people in need in there.
Yeah.
Chris, he's gonna look him in the eye. Do not blow up that building. Not yet.
I'll save it for later.
Riley's gonna be the mayor of Fairhaven, but Chris is gonna become like the president here.
Kingpin of light.
Stage a coup. Let's stage a coup here. I don't mind. Let's go.
Oh, he'd have to get through the Rexons, and who knows how many fucking dominoes that'll do. I don't know.
I would imagine we're saying this very softly out of the ears of Rickard, but I mean, taking a pretty big fucking player off the map in terms of the drug trade would be a very big deal.
Yeah.
They're working directly with Silverwind. If we take down Silverwind, there's still going to be branches that are doing shit, and it's directly run by the Rexons. It's just something to consider. We don't have to do it today or even anytime
Also,
soon, but
taking down Silverwind here specifically, like, it's not a big deal, I guess, to like, I don't know, like pull back the scope. The fact that we take down a Silverwind branch and like a very hard to get to city is probably a bigger message than we think it is. I'm still in support of it, but it's not like people here wouldn't care. It's like, well, let's think about it, what we're doing for a second. Like, it's not just, hey, we stumbled and found you by accident.
I think we do have a couple of allies that might be in favor of us doing it, particularly the Commission and the Faceless.
I thought the commission had stake with the Rexons. Were they not doing business with them?
I might recall them mentioning them. I don't know if they were working directly with them. I totally fucking forgot about the Faceless though. Jeez.
Oh, I meant like with Silverwind.
Oh,
Okay.
well, no. Who fucking cares about Silverwind?
Yeah.
I mean, like taking them down. They'd probably be in favor of that.
Oh yeah. The Faceless, yeah. I don't know about the Commission.
Commission probably relies heavily on them. In fact, we're relying on them right now, which is a bit of a pitfall.
Why?
Not like we had much choice.
Oh, you mean the food thing?
Yeah, we have to. Maybe we should just. Well, hold on. I mean, how long?
Oh yeah. What if we do that? What if we? I'm very much in support of saving these people as soon as we can, but if we could wait until after the food shipment gets to Fairhaven. Not Fairhaven, excuse me, to Goldwood. Then maybe we can come back here and start blowing shit up.
Zero, why don't we just suss this place out invisible?
Today? Or I mean like Lipad or like the warehouse?
The warehouse.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll have to probably wait around for the door to open up, but I'm fine with that.
Alright.
Right now? I'm gonna have Azik just keep an eye here, and I'm gonna change the order to Azik. I'm gonna tell him to return to me when people start coming in and out, or if there's any activity with the doors opening and closing at some point.
Understood.
Sorry, what were you saying, Bowen?
No, I think that's a good idea. Because I was just gonna stake out here myself using Mislead, but that only lasts an hour. And then my options for contacting you guys are limited to 25 words at a time. It's probably better for just all staking out at the same time.
Yeah, there is never a moment in this campaign where I was more in support of not separating the party. This is Not that's not, in my opinion, not the place to separate the party. I think all of us have pretty large targets on our backs right now.
Well, not that the people of this town know.
I mean, it might be for different reasons for a lot of them. We just look like we have money.
That's true. Yeah, so even more reason to, sort your business out quickly. Salith, let's go find her, yeah?
I'm not sure how to find her right now. I have informed somebody else to have her find me. But I do want to get a better layout of the city before we leave, because I don't think it's wise to come back and plan to stake out and hold any kind of large missions without knowing the proper layout of everything.
Yeah, I guess that logic is sound.
I'm sorry, I know
Okay.
you really don't want to be here.
No, I can't argue with that.
I'm gonna ask the guy. So does the commission have presence here?
What the fuck's the commission?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard heard of them.
Describe them for me.
It's a poser.
What you say?
There's a guy named Luca.
Huh?
He's kind of like a creepy wizard dude.
All right, go on.
He wears a hood. And he has a creepy laugh.
You know, little that narrows it down. No, that just can't say it rings a bell. I mean, if they're sure they came through here, then someone must have seen them. I see a lot of things. I didn't see them.
Oh, actually, yeah. It's been so long since we've talked to the commission. They said they were in Lipat, right?
They said they were working with Lipat somehow.
They said that at some point they needed help to get like across Whitepet to do their damn thing, and to do that they talked to the Rexons.
Okay, that's what it was.
See, this is why maybe dethroning everyone all at once.
Yeah, not without planning properly. And getting an idea of how many players exactly are on the board, you know?
More than we can even account for, I can guarantee you that much.
If we decide to get in contact with the commission while we're here, it's gonna have to be one of you two. I think y'all are the only ones that have ever made contact with them.
Did we tell them that we're not working for the Arbiter anymore?
I don't
No, I
think
don't
we did.
think we gave any updates to anybody.
Oh, it's been weeks too. Maybe you should do that right now.
That's
That's
all you, King.
Yeah, I'm gonna send to God, what was his name? The one with the chin or the broken jaw? Virgil. I'm gonna send to Virgil. I'm gonna be like, right. It's been several weeks. Zodiac update. We betrayed the Arbiter. No, betrayed isn't the right word. Backspace. We got the Arbiter off our backs. Not to worry. Send.
Good luck, Charlie.
Yeah, you hear back pretty immediately from Virgil with his inability to speak properly anymore. Yeah, you just hear back. All right. Sure, good to know. Just if you can, just try to leave as much baggage at the door as possible. Offer still stands.
Wait, there was an offer?
Yeah, I was supposed to say, what's the offer again?
It was to like meet with them.
Just come by, chill out, have some beer. You know,
It's been so long. I'm sorry.
it's been a while since you talked to the commission, so it makes sense.
Like dead ass, like 2 years or something.
Something like that.
Well, looks like we got we have business in Lipath still.
Rickard sort of just claps his hands together, sort of rubbing his hands. So, not suspicious. Merchandise gathering complete. What next?
Wrap up the tour, King.
Oh, you're trying to get rid of me that now? Now, so easily.
I just shook.
My pretty face not good enough for you?
Can I ask, why are you helping us?
Because if you didn't, someone else would have. I can guarantee you they'd be a lot less pleasant than I.
I see.
Also, you reek of money.
Yeah, I guess there's a point there.
Look, I'm just saying, all right? That look, the city's not perfect, okay? It's not. I know this, but it's not all bad. And some people just need a kick in the ass before they're doing okay. You know, came in here looking like sheep in a den of lions.
So what you're saying is we should beat everyone up.
Assert our dominance.
If you want to. Hey, free city, eh?
We can certainly get away with it, but is that smart?
How frowned upon is it to start a fight in the city?
Depends on where you are. Anywhere near the Ruxin House of Business, Neutral Square, bad. They have rules, don't fight. That's why I call
there's-
Neutral Square.
Oh, there's rules here. Oh, now
Like I
there's
said.
rules.
There's only the rules if you own it, which the Ruxins own the building and the surrounding area.
What about
So-
here?
Now here is free reign. If you get stabbed here, no one's gonna help you.
I slowly look at the guards.
I also look at the
You know, there's a weird story I heard about a while ago that like an IMUS, like a Silverwind drug operation sort of got shut down, and then immediately after their warehouse got burned down, and with their headquarters blew up. Strange,
weird.
right?
Very
Strange.
weird. I wonder who could have done that.
Sounds
Yes, I
like a
wonder.
Pretty effective, efficient team.
He begins to like finger wag all of you together,
Finger wag meaning.
like
No.
no, like the
The
come
come-
hither.
Yeah, the come hither. Okay.
Rickard is?
Rickard,
Rick-
yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the guard. Oh, for a second. Okay.
no, Rickard.
Fuck does he want?
Yeah. Do you all huddle together?
Yeah, I huddle.
Sure.
My hand is on my coin pouch.
Me too.
Okay, as you all huddle together, he forcibly puts you onto like a football huddle, like the arms on the shoulder and like leaning down, and he whispers to you, "Look, if you take it on Silverwind, it's not my business, all right? I'm just saying that Silverwind and the Rexant have an agreement, and I'm just saying that choose your enemies carefully, especially in the city, all right?"
Rexons better choose their enemy carefully.
Full of piss and vinegar, aren't you? All right, break.
Good talk, team.
You know, I feel like we could have used that warning about 3 months ago.
No, then we wouldn't have the spicy little adventure we have. It's fine.
You have to speak into the stones to send a message, right?
Yes.
Literally speak into them. It's not just thinking.
No, you literally have to speak into them.
And then they have to
Ah.
play out loud.
When they play it loud, it plays out fairly softly into the ear. Like if someone else was really close up to you, they might be able to hear it, but like it's fairly quiet.
All
How
right,
about
who we
just
sending to?
How about just whoever's closest to Jana? Like, as long as we're like a couple feet away. Like, I guess that probably Riley. I'll just say to Riley quietly, I bet this guy is just, gonna get money. Someone's gonna pay him to be like, what did we do all day, Just like sell our data.
Sell our data.
Rickard's a personalized ad.
Equipment to take down warehouses.
So it's just a thing of like
Buy
just
now.
be careful of how much we review. You know, I know we're already doing that, but be extra more so of like just exactly what we've done elsewhere. You know, I don't trust this guy. I don't think any of us do, but it's like I think we should be even more on guard than we are.
Was Rickard one of the guys that Riley he read his mind?
Yeah.
And his mind was just like about getting paid or something?
No, he was like, wow, these guys are really cool. That's a problem.
Okay. The other ones were like following orders though, right?
Yeah. The other ones were following orders / this guy's kind of weird. He must have money.
Damn, you and Janice still have a lot of money, huh?
We still have what?
Both of you still have like a fuck ton of money on you.
Oh, yeah. Right, because
I
you
have a
just bought a lot of food for Fentu. That's right.
Yeah. Got nothing to lose, baby.
Perfect time to start pickpocketing. Yeah, I'm loaded. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, if anyone pickpockets you, it's just a tiny fraction of your large fortune. Like, look how long it took us to move 25,000 gold, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair, actually.
Shall we?
Wait a minute. Zero, you've given me an excellent idea.
No, we're okay.
I'm holding a bag of holding right now, right?
You have one. Yeah, I think you all got one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all.
I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna dump a lot of gold into it. Let's just say 14,000 gold I will
You're
dump
gonna
into my
do
bag of
that?
holding.
Bro, we're over here like, oh, like, why not just throw the whole pouch of gold in there? We're over here like trying to be low key, and you're like, let me separate my money correctly in little piles and put
Here,
a specific amount in the bag.
Wait, hold on a second. No, I've got a better idea. Can you give me a moment? I'm gonna cast Tiny Hut. And then I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cast it. I'm not gonna ritual.
Janice
like
gonna
being
get
on-
in there and do the same.
All right.
I'm going to throw 14k in my bag of holding.
I'm just putting it all in. Anything of
Yeah.
value, it's going in the bag.
No, I'm gonna leave 400 in my coin pouch and see what happens by the end of the day.
That's fair. That's fair. For the record, my money's always been in my bag of holding. All of my shit's in my bag of holding, except like
Right.
maybe my weapons. But I like how this is like the magic equivalent of going to the ATM and like putting your hand over the screen so people can't see you type equipment.
Yeah, maybe I'll go in there and do it as well. But put my stuff in the bag of holding, except for maybe my apotheosis vessel. I'll just keep it close to me.
All right. So
Oh yeah,
everyone's
my
putting
weapons
in,
are on my person.
everyone's putting in all their shit except for Riley, who has 400 gold. Out
In my coin pouch, yes.
in your
Yes.
coin pouch. Okay. Let me just make a note.
All the rest of my money in the thing. Including
Then
the
I-
silver and copper and platinum, just the 400 gold in the coin pouch.
Okay.
Then I'll do disguise self, but as like someone who looks very poor.
Like everyone in the city. Okay. All right.
Let's make light conversation with Richard, not Rickard, while we're out here.
That's my kid's name. He just grabs his nuts. How you doing there, son?
I give a polite laugh.
Yeah, as your friends are just taking out money from the ATM or putting money into the ATM.
Correct.
Yeah, Rickard's just outside, just like leaning against the wall you're sure is nearby. So why you attack Silverland?
What's up?
Why you attack Silverland? I'm just curious.
What's he saying? Why'd you want Silverwind?
Why do you attack Silverwind?
Huh. I'm just gonna read his face and insight check that.
Make an insight check. Hard to read.
I will just give him a polite smile and just look him dead in the eyes and just say, I don't know what you're talking about, friend. We are simply enthusiasts that are well traveled, you know?
Yeah, he sort of just nods back, just like, fast learner, you. Good idea.
Just born into the game, friend.
Tell you're the brains of this operation. Nothing gets by you.
I wouldn't say that.
He's like a hawk, this one.
I wouldn't say that. As I look at my -1 wisdom.
He bears as sharp as razors. Quick as a wit, this one.
Doesn't make any sense, man. My intelligence is so high.
You hear that, Zero? Smarty mix smarter pants over here. Finally, your great intellect is being recognized.
Riley's bullying me.
As he emerges from the ATM, freshly unloaded of cash, except for 400 gold of spending money.
I pickpocket all 400 off him right now.
All right, roll for it. You gotta beat a 26.
Make a sleight of hand
Beat
check.
a 26.
I think Zero actually very can. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you had no chance.
I'm not
Literally.
going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to take it, but I'll just for laughs.
For funny, yeah. Literally, you couldn't stop Zero anyway.
Nothing. can
Wait,
stop
hold on.
me.
What? I mean, I could roll a natural 20 on perception. That would give me a 36.
That's true, yeah.
You could, and then Zero would have to roll like a 13, and then that'll beat it.
But Zero didn't roll a 13, so I could actually see through that.
You could, but you didn't. As Zero,
Because I didn't roll against it.
Because you don't roll against it. You're not actively looking out for like Zero pickpocketing you right now.
That's true.
I didn't take anything.
I'm no. You think really hard about it, and you know you absolutely could. Zero, Riley would be none the wiser. You could just blame that on like some passing urchin, you know.
Probably the best timeline, honestly.
Yeah, but you restrain yourself.
I
Right,
think
yes.
about it though.
You think about it really hard. You're like a fucking blood vessel in your forehead pops.
Zero when they haven't stolen anything for 5 minutes.
I picture the dude with
That's
the veins
exactly
flying.
That's exactly it.
Do you think they have any arcanium at that hotel?
Oh, you want to go to the upper echelon?
It's been a very long time since we've had drugs, huh?
Look, if you want aquamarine, oh, they have it in spades.
Sure you do.
I don't. They do.
Yeah, don't try that stuff.
I need my mind clear to do my job. It's okay. I'm good.
Let's keep going. Show us the money.
All right, so I've showed you the manor, Rexon House of Business, Neutral Square, Smuggler Hearth. That's where we are right now. Hey, offer still stands if you want to buy a gun. Gun or arrest. One more place to go.
What if we got Answin a gun?
I'm willing to be a sponsor of that.
Sponsor.
You're gonna give Anson like a jersey with like a bunch of like
I'm
her company
fighting
name on it.
my real in life hesitancy about giving about guns. Of like, well, actually, that increases your likelihood of accidents and dying. Can it's like dramatically.
I feel that so heavily.
Um,
Liberal and
sure.
popped out.
I mean, how does Answin feel about it?
I mean, I don't really know much about guns, so sure.
Does that make
Protect you.
Would that make you feel more safe?
Might do more for you than a dagger in a pinch.
Might. That's why I shoot myself. I also might shoot someone else. Accidentally. I also might
We can take it.
How else would I be a
Just-
threat? Like a legitimate one that might make me a target.
Just be confident. You'll be fine.
Just believe in yourself.
You want me to practice gun safety by being confident in myself?
I think that's how I got through it.
Chris
Anson
is
just sort of
yeah,
looks
look
like-
at me.
Answin just dead stares into an empty space and goes, holy shit.
I can't lie, he's actually clutched out a win for us.
I wish to God he was wrong, but he's not.
Smash cut to fucking Chris frantically reloading his gun to shoot an alien.
He was on haze too, right? He was
Yeah.
under haze, so he was like on crack cocaine, just fucking using a sniper rifle.
How the fuck is this like a Middle Earth fucking like world? Yeah, shoot gun to kill alien.
The wizard reloaded his rifle to shoot an alien from 300 feet away. This campaign is officially the best thing I've ever done.
Oh,
If everyone's
good.
on their best behavior, we can buy Antoine a gun before we leave.
How much? How
Alright.
much?
For the gun,
Yeah.
it depends on how big you want it.
I think like a handgun is good enough.
Right? If you want a smaller gun for the dainty fingers over there,
Dainty fingers.
look, it should look like a fighter, okay? Covered in what is that, mammoth fur? Anyway,
Yep.
I think a
so.
pistol goes like 200, 300 gold. It's not including the powder and everything, though.
Is there custom upgrades that we can get?
Oh no. They have. It's got a production line. They don't do fancy schmancy things like that. They sell to customers that just want guns without any of the hassle of going through Altis. That's it. If you want fancy guns, go to Altis.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was in Selnia that we saw the... We didn't go to it, but there's a gun range there.
Oh no, I went to it.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
did go.
That's where I got the.
he got his Giselle from there, yeah.
Oh. Didn't we almost get shot? One of us got shot, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, you walked through there into the middle of an open fire range.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And almost got shot, yeah.
It was me.
We'll think about
Right,
it.
so. Alright, well, offer still stands. And it's by the entrance to the place anyway, so, hey, whatever you want.
Do you get commission? Do we have to tell them Rickard sent us?
Just say you want a gun. I mean, you can if you want to. You're not going to get a discount. If you say my name, you'll probably make you pay extra.
Hmm.
They don't like me.
What's your reputation in town?
It's alright. I mean, it depends on the circles you talk to. People like me if I do my job.
Well, you're still alive, too. That apparently says something in this town.
Yes, it does. If you find a way to be alive, that means you're either someone's bitch or you have many bitches.
What is your job?
Are you the former?
I am the one that has many bitches.
Where are they?
I've
Inside check right now.
make an insight check.
Yeah, I'll do just that.
Hard to read. Hard to read. Hard to read. He's just. It's not he's cagey. He's actually very just cordial and is strange to the city, and it's just like, you're not trying to feel about it. Hard to read. Yeah. Yeah, Rickard just goes on. I do have many bitches. Not around me. No bitches. Just, I'm respectable. I can hear the furious meme typing right now.
You already know what I'm about to post? I don't think I need to do anything then.
None maidens.
0.
Thou art maidenless.
What the game directly tells you get no bitches. Yeah, I'm only as my profession, I'm what you call a contracted hire.
So you are the former.
I'm a very good contracted hire, okay? I have a reputation. People work for me, okay?
So you're a very good bitch.
I don't think I care for this conversation anymore.
I'll just give him a little slap on the back. Just playing around.
Everybody's world has to come crashing down eventually. We've all been there.
Yeah, everybody is somebody's bitch.
He sort of just pauses and looks at his palm. He's like, what have I been doing with my life?
See, now you're starting to get it.
Nah, it's alright. I do good work. I take pride in my work. It's clean. No messy business involved. Anyway, drugs.
Tour. We're doing a tour.
Right, well, brew a barrack. And it looks like the rest of the city. There is an increase in sort of like open houses in a way. Like there's like the walls have been taken out to just reveal the interior, and just inside you kind of see just like what looks like chemistry labs, like Breaking Bad shit. And you see just people openly making drugs in the open. And yeah, you see some colored liquids being poured into containers of other colored liquids, just like chemical reactions and just like Bunsen burners. There's like all these things that you'd see, very similar to sort of some of the setups you see in IMIS. The first thing you did in the whole campaign is bust a drug ring.
Aww.
Yeah.
Memories.
And it's yeah, and you busted that one drink and now you're surrounded by them.
In fairness, we busted the drug ring because they fucking kidnap people.
Yeah, it's an accident.
It was a double whammy. It's your daily double for the day, you know. Yeah, as you're sort of passing by these people just in aprons, heavy leather gloves, just doing their damn thing. There's a lot of not quite that like thick industry smoke here, but there is like this vapor that sort of just fills this air, and it smells sweet, and some of it smells sour, and some of it smells acrid, and it's just this intermingling of probably not the most safe things to breathe in for long periods of time, and it's just sort of just ever present in this area, the brew barrack, which hopefully this shows up. I don't know, we'll see. Hey, the legends unlocked.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. They're not brewing alcohol. Something else entirely.
Yeah. Well, they used to brew alcohol, yeah. Like I said, it used to be a good drinking place. Just a good place to get drunk, and then whenever remembered they hated each other, then they started killing each other again. But someone smarter than I could read letters, discovered, hey, you could use the same stuff that you used to distill beer and alcohol and wine and use it to make drugs. And oh look, and he points to a pretty wide building, actually. It's the second nicest building in the whole city. Is a almost cylindrical, but it sort of extends out to like the oval shape building that's like 3 stories tall. Just made of actual stone, not wood. Nice pillars that adorn the front with like decorative scrawling into it, etchings. Stairs that is like well polished. You can see a reflection in it, and in front of it all is just a gilded golden gate with like these heavy glass doors that open inward. The area around here is fairly empty. There's not many people just hanging around this place. And if you just look out, it's this weird juxtaposition of it's. Ever seen those pictures of like Dubai, Where you see these fancy, like tall skyscrapers just covered in glass and glittering, and then you go like 2 feet to the left, and it's just favelas and shacks.
Mhm.
It kind of has that vibe to it.
I see.
Capitalism.
Late stage capitalism. That's the upper echelon. It's a good place to stay if you don't mind selling your soul to the devil. But hey, it's nicer than the piss pit. The thing was with the piss pit, you know what you're going into.
When's our concert again?
Whenever you want, I can take you back. Actually, you know the way.
Yeah, Jenna, you don't want to go in there.
I don't know, you might. Jenna likes becoming friends with bartenders. That one seemed like a lively one. A real charmer.
I've got the best bartender right here. Tap Handsman on the shoulder.
I mix a pretty bean cocktail, I'm not gonna lie. So, are we going in? Or are we admiring the nice, warm walls inside?
For the piss pit?
Do we have to pay to go in?
Oh yeah, is there like a cover fee?
The upper echelon. No, not technically. I mean, pay for damn near everything in there, but you know, you're not obligated until you sign the contract.
This is out of character. Like, because I know they said it's also an inn, right? Is this like also like a tavern, like a place to hang out, or is it just an inn?
It's the upper echelon.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, it's a whole ass hotel.
okay. But we're assuming there's also like a place people might come in here to get drinks or lounge or something. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Do you guys want to peek in just to know?
Yep, I'm down to peek in.
Sure. Well, I'll also head in.
Okay. Yeah, as you just sort of open up the doors, they sort of open up with like almost like this vacuum effect. You just hear this like hissing as if like the air inside is like crisper and just not as shit. And you walk in and suddenly this wave of heat just burns the cold off your bodies. As inside is very, very well regulated in temperature. It's much cleaner. Their floors are just polished marble. There's a red carpet that just is unfurled all the way to like a front desk. Magnificent pillars just covered in gold that just extend all the way up to the ceiling, where you can see several just balconies of just several floors up, and you can see servants and just a very well-to-do dress just walking out with trays and what are those like? There's like walking, it's like rolling like closets things people hang clothes on. Those things like it's the whole thing. It's like fucking Sweet Like a and Cody Disney Channel shit. But all you see are employees. Like you don't see any customers. You don't see any patrons. You don't see anyone that looks like they belong out there. All you see are people in outfits. At the front desk, you see a creature, red skin, just white eyes, no pupils or anything, with horns, and you mistake them for a tiefling, except they have sort of leathery wings that sort of extend out and they're just kept folded behind. You see a longer, more viciously pointed tail, and you see these sort of black, almost like tattoo-looking things that sort of spider across the skin, giving like a Darth Maul kind of looking vibe to it, actually. And this creature just stood in like a just nice, warm looking orange-brown fleece suit with a red tie, and just stood at the front desk and just makes as much eye contact as you as possible with no pupils, and just gives a very polite smile and just sort of ushers a hand towards the front of the desk as you enter.
I go towards it.
All right,
I'll follow Chris.
cool. You all going, or Riley, Jana, what you doing? falling off.
We're not splitting up, right? I'll go.
Yeah, that's probably the wisest thing.
All right.
I want to keep an eye out for stuff to steal.
Okay. Plenty of stuff to steal. You don't see any people with stuff on their persons, but there's a lot of expensive looking stuff here. You see a lot of fountain pens. See a fountain pens. There's one that's on the like on the desk you're approaching. Actually, just a very nice one. It's sort of banded in this platinum. The actual tip itself is platinum itself, and it's just sitting in an inkwell. And see just like platters that look very very shiny. You probably just it's like Hansel and Gretel. You could just probably take anything off the walls and it'll be worth something. Like this place is weirdly decadent in this this shithole of a city, really. And as you all approach, you just hear in this low voice, "Welcome to the upper echelon. I am Tawny Halligan. I will be your guide and proprietor today. Will you be staying?"
I look over to Riley and Jenna.
Your call.
I look to Chris.
I'm nodding with a smile.
Of course.
We're visiting for the time being.
All right. As he pulls out a large ledger and begins to just look through something, you're not sure what. It's he's trying to peek over and look, and it looks like gibberish to you. Like it's just scrawling, but he's reading through it, seemingly. The wings sort of just twitch a little bit. Not sure why. As he sort of goes, "All right, we do have some rooms available. Would you like 4 separate rooms for all of you, or will some of you be doubling up?"
What time is it right now? How long have we been awake?
Awake? You guys been awake for you guys started walking around in the early morning. And you just found the city, more or less. You've been in the city for probably about more than an hour or so. Just walking around and doing your damn thing. But you've been awake since 6 o'clock, so 6 hours-ish or so, 7 hours-ish.
Okay, so we still have a day to go.
Yeah, it's like high nooner now. Not that it matters in the mountain.
If I scan the room, is there a bar or anything nearby, something that isn't just the hotel directly? I don't know.
Looking around, this place is huge. Right now you're at the front lobby, but there are a number of doors, very nice doors too, around that may lead to a lobby or a lounge or anything.
I'm just gonna put my hand up and just be like, I'm just looking around. Thank you.
Oh, I'm afraid we don't allow visitors further into the building without signing the entrance contract.
Sure.
So you will not be staying in a room.
I'm gonna look over to Jana and Riley.
Come on, Zero, you already know my answer.
And cast message and just be like, we don't have to stay here. Don't you want to know what's in here?
No.
I will turn back to him and just be like, fine, we'll all share one room.
Okay, we have 15 rooms available. If you all share one, that'll be 2 beds, 2 for each of you, unless you would like to upgrade to a Monarch suite.
What's in the Monarch suite?
Everything and everything. We have complimentary chocolates. It all comes included with the package. That'll be 50 gold for the room.
What's for the Monarch suite?
The Monarch suite. for our most prized patrons.
Sure. It's on me, guys.
Okay, 50 gold.
Thanks.
Now, if you'll all be sharing the one room, I'll need each of you to sign your own entrance contracts. And he snaps his fingers, and 4 servants just wheel in these contracts, like on trays. They're huge. They're like fucking 50 or 60 pages long, and they're on like very gold clipboards. And he just slaps them in front of you and just puts like one fountain pen between all of you and just goes, now this will cover, included is food and drugs and company. And we also have a no weapons or magic item policy. It will all be kept in a very secure vault, just deep underground. It'll all be looked after. And just going through some of the contract, actually, it's dense. Like there's a lot of wording in there that seems way more complicated than it needs to be.
I make a face. Did I already pay him? He already has my money.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. Like he's discussing prices, then he put the contract in front of you.
Cause I was down to clown for a second, but not if I have to give up my magic and shit. No, I don't know about that.
Yeah. A servant, just carrying wheeling in a very large tray. You can see there's like a silver platter on it. It's like a food tray, and there's like 4 of them stacked on this tray, and it smells delicious.
I'm gonna turn back to Riley and Jenna.
Don't be tempted.
No, I just want to know what y'all want to do.
Not this.
Yeah. You want to give up your shit in Thief City?
That is the easiest way to say goodbye to, one of the most valuable tools we have.
On one hand, I'm very much pro not splitting the party. On the other hand, I'm so curious. Like, what if I gave all of y'all my shit and I just stayed here for like a couple hours?
Sure.
If that's what you want to do.
Not because I want to get separated, just because I don't want everyone to have to give up their shit, but I'm very curious as to what's in here. And I don't want to keep y'all here if y'all don't want to be here.
I will not be giving up any of my things.
What are you going to do, Chris?
What if I give my stuff to the people who aren't going in?
See, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to split the party though. Like out of character, if the other 2 players don't want to split the party, we don't have to. Because it's not just that like for party's sake, like safety, but also just for like the DM having to DM 2 totally different groups. If you guys don't want to do that, I won't split the party. But if we do decide to do that, I was very pro, just handing my shit over, all my shit to just Jana and Riley, and then just sticking around.
If you guys want to do that, I say go for it.
Can I read
just
the
don't wanna go
contract
in.
first?
You can try.
Yeah, I'll try.
Make an intelligence check.
That's another thing. Those are thick contracts. You don't know what's hiding in there.
Yeah. Can I also?
You guys can do
I
whatever,
also-
but I feel like I have doubts. I have hesitations.
Can I
Yeah.
also try to read it?
Yeah, make an intelligence check.
How did I roll higher than the wizard?
Because you're more accustomed to dealing with bullshit. Yeah. Even so, both of you're reading through it, and it's just like there's a lot of wording in here that seems entrappy. Like it has there's a lot of words that have like double negatives or double positives, and like yeah, like shit. You will like you will not never do this thing under the grounds of here under these specific conditions. Like it goes very specific, like into like almost every single detail, and it's like your brain can't wrap around it to comprehend anything of worth.
I think me personally, I'll try to keep my eye on the prize here, and I'm not gonna sign it or give him my money for the room for now. Just I I'm putting this on Zero's bucket list. I do want to come back here and stay here just because I'm so fucking curious what they have going on here. Like, I don't want to take part, but I'm like, the debauchery in this place is insane. But I will not partake.
Oh,
We're gonna
that's a
take-
shame.
I'm gonna take my 50 gold back. Thank you very much.
Chris, what you doing?
Yeah, I won't do it either.
Disappointing. Well, if you ever change your minds, please, you know where to look. The only nice building, save for one, on these streets. And he sort of just ushers you towards the door without looking, and the door sort of just fly open, hit the pillars with like a loud crash without breaking, and a cold wind just hits you, carrying the smell of feces and piss.
Can I slide a hand the fountain pen before I go?
Make a sleight of hand check. You sleight of hand that fucking fountain pen.
Okay.
Also, just as a thinking out loud, it is sketchy. Like it's the only nice place in the shithole.
What do you mean? Like, I mean, shady shit happens in there. Absolutely. That's all
Yeah.
blood money that built that building.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a fun, of like a fun like one shot during like an off week or something. Chris and Zero go. Chris and Zero stay at the upper echelon.
YouTuber challenge: stay 24 hours.
Damn, now I have the pin. We could just teleport back here. We don't need to stay. We could just fucking. See, like, once chaos ensues in my path and you do fuck shit, let's just come back and just break the fuck in. Like, who cares? I don't doubt there's probably slaves in there.
Yeah.
See, we'll have to come back anyway to fucking.
Free
I
the
wish I
city.
I wish I could fucking. I'll have to bring Azek back here to spy or something, because I doubt these are working people who get paid. There's no laws
Yeah,
down
I
here.
feel like if you sign those contracts, you'd secretly end up like working here for life or something.
They're gonna steal my organs overnight.
You leave the warm, gilded interior of the upper echelon.
I felt like I was in Vegas for a second.
Yeah, kind of. All right. As you all exit, the moment you cross the thresholds of the doors just slowly close shut with that almost like vacuum sealing hiss as it slowly shuts. And you're just left out in the cold again, just looking into the warm, just immaculately clean and decadent interior of the upper echelon as you're just standing in ice and rock and just smelling drug vapor.
You know what this town needs more of?
For
Justice.
breeze.
Fishing.
Of course.
I think if they had a fish trade here, everything would be better.
They would invent fish crime somehow. I don't know what that is, but they would find a way.
But you don't disagree, though, that even if that were true, it would be better.
See, why do they
No.
drug traffic inside people? Why can't they just do it inside fish?
See? Then this whole situation would have never happened. Unless one of those fish were sold at a supermarket, in which case it might still happen.
I feel like if that happened, Variety would have taken this whole Sirwin thing a lot more personally.
Yeah. It's already pretty bad, but when you start trafficking your drugs in my fish product,
Fish product.
I'm going to get down to the bottom of it.
Fish product. Once it is dead, it is no longer fish. Just simply fish product.
What's the main ingredient in pink sauce? Undisclosed fish product. All right.
Well,
Yeah, Rickard did not go in. Rickard was just standing outside as you exit. He already watched you go to the front door, the front desk, talk for like a minute, and then leave. And you just like hold out a hand, like, "How was your stay?"
you weren't kidding. They really wanted you to sell your soul to the devil there, huh?
No, I wasn't kidding.
It wasn't all that.
Good place. Just be careful.
The most red tape I've ever seen in my entire life.
Seems overrated. We should have stolen that fucking contract. Like, I really want to know what's on that shit. Like, we had it, but I'm like, I want a lawyer to look over it carefully.
High Priest Rethar.
All right, so that's more or less every district in the city. You know what you want, right? You know the lay of the land now. Don't need Papa Rickard to hold you around by the hand anymore.
I suppose so.
Unless you have a need of my very respectable services.
Right. What specifically do you do after all?
Guns.
No, well, maybe sometimes it's I don't kill people. Usually, it's let's say that contracted hires you can sort of broadly split up into three main groups, right? We hires are just think of us as mercenaries. You know, we do the job, but we're not liable for any damages it causes. You know, we're a gun anyone can use. I happen to be very good at breaking into places and taking things.
Riley will stare at Chris.
I've taken some things.
Yeah, what's the best thing you've taken?
An ancient artifact from a Tetscat museum.
I stole a kidney out of a man once.
Yeah, I feel like we're dealing with different levels of insanity here.
I just do my job, okay? I didn't ask what the kidney was for.
I feel like it's the same level, just different flavors.
Yeah, I'm just very good at taking things, you know? You want sensitive documents taken? I'm your guy. Or any of the people I hire. We can't read, so we don't know what is on it.
Could you get us one of those contracts from this hotel here?
Probably, if you paid me.
How much?
Let's see, the echelon. You know, it looks fancy, but they also afford very fancy defenses. They talk about a vault?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a joke. That vault is thick. The contract, though, I kind of like the echelon, you know? Let's put it 3,000.
Maybe later.
What the fuck, why am I here then? Why you play with me heartstrings like this?
Where do you go to find work? If you are,
Anywhere.
say good at stealing.
Oh, if you're good, word of mouth. Eventually you do enough jobs, people take notice, you know? Gotta market yourself. I have
Business
me and the
card.
boys. We are the sneaky boys. Branded it myself. I think I spelled it right.
It's Good name.
Can we look to
Thanks.
see? Like, where can we confirm if he spelled it right?
Uh, I have a card, I think. He pulls out a it's not made of paper, it's made of wood. But painted on is it's the Sneaky Boys, but it's spelled SNEECIBOIZ.
That's it, alright.
They said I was wrong.
Beautiful penmanship you got there.
Thank you. I didn't do it myself. Best thing about my pet, hire everyone to do it for you. Well, if you need me again, steal that contract. Just yell and eventually they'll come by.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Wait a second.
Right? Yeah, Jesus.
I'm gonna huddle over with the group, excluding him for a second. What if we get him to infiltrate the warehouse for us and steal the people trapped inside?
Why? We can just do it ourselves.
Yeah, but then it won't be traced back to us.
You think he can actually do the job?
I mean, he might need a little bit of assistance, but it doesn't have to be the Zodiacs helping him.
Will
You
he
have
want to do the
Invisible
job?
people, and we have people who can disguise themselves to be not the Zodiacs.
Well, to be fair, then he'll put a huge target on his own back.
Isn't he used to that, though?
I think we could do it ourselves. I think.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous
Word
in
that word.
case it doesn't work out and he gets caught. Then he's
Yeah.
just blabbing all of our secrets to Silverwind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fair point, actually. Never mind. See, this is why we discuss these things. I'm glad you can beat some sense into me a little bit. I thought my plan was brilliant.
I think it's a good idea. Just
Good
not for
talking.
us.
I wonder who was given those orders to watch us earlier. I'm sure it was the Rexons, but I'm curious if Silverwind knows we're here.
I mean, they probably do. We've been touting money around in us, I feel like we've been.
It doesn't have to be us. It could be the Four Corners. It could be some other adventurer group of similar renown.
Mm.
True.
Come to think of it, we haven't heard too much of them, have we? Other groups like us, that is.
Just the one.
First fire.
And those mercenaries that we lost, Danobethis, but I don't know if any of them were in a group.
I've not heard of their exploits either.
Hear Rickard shout off from the distance. You talking secrets over there?
Yep,
Can I join?
depends.
Into what?
What kind of secrets you got?
I shit myself one time.
He what himself?
I shit myself. I don't tell anyone this, okay? It was during a party, and I wasn't supposed to be there, okay? I was supposed to be taking something from the gala, but I was like, hey, I'll take a couple drinks, and I shit myself on the floor.
I got swallowed by a big
Can I-
frog once. I don't remember what happened after.
Were you into it?
No.
Okay,
Can I insight check his poop story?
make an insight check.
Can I insight check whether or not Riley liked being swallowed?
Make an insight check.
No.
Hard to read. He's a slippery mother effer.
I want
So
to
what-
ask
so what's your
what
secret?
other adventurers have come through town?
Well, I think you.
Yeah.
We had a few.
What's their
They're-
deal?
They come here for work, or a couple of them have tried to tout about bringing justice to the unlawful or something, and then I think they got strung up on Town Square.
So what? People have tried to liberate this place before.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
it doesn't work.
What do you know about where the I'll get in close to him, just whisper and just be like, where the Rexons might go about keeping people, prisoners perhaps, that might owe them something or something along the lines of that.
The Rexons specifically,
Like
probably
is
the
it-
house of business. Oh, they,
Okay.
you can try Smuggler Hearth. They own a couple of things in Smuggler Hearth.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like a Teague situation where the prisoners are just on the streets.
No, it's if you're on the streets, you live here or you fucked up somewhere along the road.
Okay. You don't have to be, I can't speak. You don't happen to be familiar with a, what is she? A moon elf? No.
Yeah.
A moon elf named Claudine?
Oh, little Claudine.
So you do know who that is.
Oh yeah,
What do you know about Claudine?
she's really good, almost as good as me. I taught her father everything that she knows.
Okay, insight check that.
You can insight check.
Well, I'm gonna lean in and just whisper, how good can you be? Because he got caught. Oof.
So you're insight checking whether he knows Claudine.
No, but that specifically, like, did he teach, yeah, like, her father everything they knew?
Yeah, with natural 20, yeah, going through his demeanor and just any shift in behavior, there's none. He seems 100% truthful.
Damn. I was ready for this to be, like, the one lie he did too much, you know? Ugh.
He's never lied to you even once. I promise.
Well, lies by omission are totally different than straight up fabrications.
True.
Uh,
But in this case, that's a pretty, like, that's a statement, you know?
He has not fabricated any of his words yet. That's reassuring, at least.
yeah, it's just sussing him out. Yeah, he's returned towards User, who you said, like, how good could you be? User just goes, well, very good. Thagos wasn't. Thagos was... He's okay. Claudine's actually better.
What's his name? Out of character. What's his name?
Thagos.
Phagos?
Thagos. Thagos. Thagos.
Thagos, okay.
Okay.
The th and the f are very similar in that
Yeah.
accent.
What accent this is, I have no idea.
Yar.
Do you have any
Yarmy.
embarrassing stories about Claudine by chance?
Oh, you gonna use this to blackmail her or what?
No.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, she sort of just goes, embarrassing, well, not really, actually. She kept to herself. Which is strange. I mean, you've seen little shit kickers run around throwing rocks at dead bodies, you know? She didn't really do that. She grew up around it. She, you know. God knows the kids tried to get her to do it, but she just wasn't her thing. And, quiet overall, smart as a whip, but reserved. Something that, her father could have done with a little bit more.
Is this guy an elf or is he a human?
He's a fairly old human.
Okay.
Where is your father now?
Oh, he fucked up on a job. I think the Rexons have him now. Don't know what happened after that. Didn't see him. I'm assuming he's dead.
You said his name was Thagos.
Lagos.
I'm sending to him. Hey, are you alive? There's word that you're dead. Send.
Yeah, no response. He just sends out to the ether.
It didn't even like catch on anything?
No.
It didn't catch on anything.
No.
I'm sending to Claudine right now. I'm not going to use the stone. I need this to be in my head. Hey, your father's dead. You've been lied to this whole time.
Why would you do it like that?
Oh,
Why would you do it like that?
Yeah.
That's not.
I know.
No,
I know where your heart
no, this is-
but-
I know.
Okay, well,
No,
Group
no,
decision,
no,
do I
you did it. Yeah, you did it.
You get a long, so long pause before you just hear, what?
There's really no delicate way to put this.
Also, you don't know that. I mean, it's probable, but there's also magic in this world.
What if he's the one in the Silverwind building? What if he's in the vault?
There's no proper way to put this. Unless magic fuckery is abound, I cannot detect any presence of him with my own sending. Send message.
You hear back fairly immediately from Claudine that you just hear in a very somewhat panicked voice. You just hear her go, "Okay, can you please just be sure before you fucking send me stuff like that?"
I'll send again. I'll work on confirming for sure over the next few days. Send.
Send. Don't get a response.
Yeah.
Right. Rickard just sitting there. It's like, what the fuck was that? Why the long face?
Thagos. Are you sure he's dead?
No.
Then we
take
should
my
go
Rexons.
find out.
Sure, if you want to. I'm not going in there.
Guys, we need to find out whether that guy is dead or not.
Why do
How do
we
we-
think he's dead?
I can't find him on my sending. There's no target.
Does he have like a grave or something? Like how can we even confirm?
I doubt anyone who dies in the city gets a grave.
is there a graveyard here? I asked. Rickard.
Yeah, actually, there is a it's a fairly big graveyard. You have to go down south through the tunnels outside.
Oh, you mean the directions to get here?
Yeah, useful and pragmatic.
Look, I spoke to Claudine before we got here, and I asked her if she wanted us to intervene with her dad. She said no. So you'd have to ask her again if she wants us to check. And,
Well, checking is not intervening. Intervening would be finding him and breaking him out. Checking whether he's alive is not an intervention.
I mean, it potentially can be if we piss off the Rexons. And we show any interest in him. Very much like with the Grand Arbiter, how I was very much against telling him about Merrick, because then Merrick became collateral on the table. Like, we can't let the Rexons know that we're looking for him. Or else, if something happens and they try to hurt us, they know how to hurt us.
I'll ask, who is the nicest Rexon?
The young one, right?
Well, it depends on how nice is. If you want nice to your face, nice initially, Bella's gonna stab you in the fucking back, probably. If you want nice afterwards, that'd be probably Horace. Horace hates everybody until you get to know him and he likes you, then he's probably your best friend, If you want a straight shooter, the one that's probably has the most integrity, probably Warren. You know what you're getting into, usually. No. He's a respectable guy.
How do we find Horace?
How does anyone find Horace? He's around somewhere, sticking it in something or sticking knives into something. I don't know.
How old is Horace?
Like late 20s, early 30s.
For a minute, I was like, man, plot twist if this guy was Horace the whole time.
My Horace. Any final inquiries for Rickard Rollins before he signs off, probably does a job and gets himself into shit?
None that I can think of, and if I do, I'll contact you.
Alright, just scream loud enough. Make a commotion. I'll find you. Or someone I know will find you, then they'll find me, then they'll find you.
Sure.
He sticks out a hand. For handshakes.
Janet.
I'll give 7 gold.
Oh, not what I was going for, but I'll take it.
I will shake his hand with Mage Hand.
You mentioned invisible, so he's like, what the fuck?
Jana curls her fist up for like a fist bump. And like extends it way out so he can't get close.
I'll
That's like keeping
conjure
a lion at bay.
I'll conjure a 3-foot stick with a hand at the end.
He fist bumps your tiny little fist, Jenna, and he fucking he shakes the stick you made. It's like, wow, you really don't like me, huh?
Oh, I'm just making sure everything's on my person.
Smart lad, you still remember. Yeah, extend a hand out towards you, Riley.
Riley will grab both his hands and clasp them together.
Okay.
And it'll be like, thanks for the tour. That's it. He walks away.
All right. Okay. As you clasp both of his hands, and you just shake his hand. You back up very swiftly. He just sort of looks at all of you and just wipes away a fake tear. You all grow up so fast, learning so much.
Can I slide a hand 10 gold into his pocket?
Make a left hand check. Okay. Yeah. As you when are you doing this?
As he's like, I guess, turning away to leave.
Okay. As you you get close and just sleight of hand something uh into his pocket. How much 10 gold?
Yeah, 10 gold.
Okay. All right. As you sleight of hand 10 gold in his pocket, you sort of put your hands just back into your pocket and you feel something like hard in there.
Oh.
Yeah, it feels like wood.
Can I see what's in my pocket?
You pull it out and he sleight of handed his business card into your pocket.
Okay.
Sneaky
yeah.
boys.
Sneaky boys! He yells as he sprints down this road.
Makes sense. My passive perception is 9, so
Yeah.
that tracks.
He rolled a 3 plus many things. As he sprints down the road, yelling "Sneaky boys!" The leprechaun is nowhere, just out of sight, and he's sort of sitting there, outside the upper echelon, looking into its gilded interior. Sort of just left to your own devices. What are you doing?
Every fiber of my being is like resisting the urge to go bust down that warehouse. Where is Salith?
I'm not sure. I'm waiting for her to find us, I guess. We won't be hard to spot. Like at all. I'm trying to see how much of the map is
What's up?
trail, is that correct? Or is there more map to be discovered?
You cut up a lot. What was it?
Oh no, sorry. I just said how much of the map should be visible because I just see like the snail trail.
You guys explored enough of it. I can just reveal it now.
That's why I kept pushing for him to give us a tour because I was like, there's still more map to uncover. I just figured there was way more still. Oh, okay.
Just the exits. Okay, yeah.
I see.
Den of the dishonest. Well, that guy was pretty honest.
As far as we know.
That's a lot of insight checks
Yeah, he didn't lie.
that you're aware of. As you're all sort of standing there, just pondering what the fuck that was about, and just like whether you can trust him, whether you cannot, whether he's honest, whether he's dishonest. Ever make perception checks?
No.
Hey,
Wow, that's a big number.
okay. All right. Yeah, as you're sort of just standing there, just pondering your next move, thinking of your beautiful time with Rickard Rollins, whose name is totally not a joke. You all sort of just turn to just leave in a direction and just explore more of the city. Go about your own business, and most of you discover that you are surrounded. Those 9 armed people that were following you have returned. Though this time they seem to have more. Their numbers seem to have doubled since. And some of them have tried to remain hidden, though most of you have spotted them and they're just sort of peeking at alleys. Some of them are roofs, just prone with crossbows, just waiting. And some have made no effort to hide themselves whatsoever. One half-elf woman, grizzled looking, just looked like she went through a fucking blender, just covered in scars. Sort of just short braided brown hair, just covered in plate mail as well, with just warhammer at the side. She just walks up to you, just straight up to you, the party, flanked by 9 other people, just on either side of her, all armed equally well. She just sort of walks up to you and just, very matter of fact, Warren Rexon wants to speak with you. And we will pick it up there next time.
Ooh, summons by the Rexons. Interesting.
We're so special.
We're famous.
They were hold on, these people were ordered by the Rexons to look after us. Wait a minute.
How do they already know?
Right?
I mean, it could just be that they see that we're new, weird people and they want to know, but I'm like, if they know us by name.
Yeah, I'll say we have a
Yeah,
reputation.
exactly. Like, how fucked are we? Or is this a good thing?
Yeah,
I
we might
mean,
have some
This isn't
leverage.
this isn't like the Arbiter situation where it was like unequivocally not good. This could like play to our favor a little bit. It just
Don't-
depends on how it goes.
don't forget they work directly with Silverwind. Our attacks on Silverwind's operation has probably directly affected the Rexons too.
Oh, we can leverage that.
You know, say I bet they're in it for money, not for, you know, whoever's. I bet there's some negotiating that can happen. No rules.
Yeah.
Just right.
That's true, yeah. No loyalty.